Well, hey, welcome to the show before the show, where I check to make sure everything is working, including myself, and my eye is itchy. Okay, we're good now. I think that did it. Hey, Will, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm Pat. Yeah, you're your local game host. This is Will, obviously, your local
So
game co-host. And today we're brewing a deck that we definitely discussed during our tier list that looked the most promising out of all of the cards from Foundations. But this is a legendary creature from the Jumpstart set that is an Azorius, color identity because of the double pip in its description that looked really, really fun. So we're gonna get to that in a second, but how you doing today, man?
a little bit tired just because the last two calls of my day were just a little bit more exhausting than usual, but pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. I'm ecstatic for my weekend here. We are. I've got like a nice date lined up tomorrow. We're gonna do some karaoke. I've got an escape room I'm doing. Love escape rooms. There's like a novelty is there's a really good escape room in the city that is running like a novelty room right now for a limited time. We're checking out, and then we're doing all you can eat Korean barbecue. So very excited for this weekend. This is a long week. I finished telling Will about mine, but I won't bore you guys with that. You guys want to deal with some beach slaps. You want to deal in some beach slaps. And this is Will's name, by the way. Don't blame me.
I still love it. That is what I've designated the name of his activated ability.
I mean, I love it, man. Slap with that booty. Target creature you control. So I mean, let's go through this in reverse order because the most interesting part is the top half of its box. Hey, Rowena. So yeah, let's do total reverse order. Actually, it's a 0/3 with a Azorius effect that says target creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power this turn. Therein lies the beach slap. When Plagon, Lord of the Beach, enters, draw a card for each creature you control. This includes Plagon, with power or rather toughness greater than its power. It is a wizard starfish creature legendary, a blue into generic beach, the of Lord Plagon. Yeah, it's only 3 mana. This is it's past the mana crypt test, right? Oh damn
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
This past the cavern of wait, this past the gemstone cavern
Ancient
soul
Tomb
ring. Yeah, this past the ancient tomb,
plus
Mux
fast mana.
Diamond. Yeah, exactly. The test art is easy to hurdle this time around. But yeah, this used to be jeweled lotusable. God help us, it be jeweled lotusable once again. But it
I
looks like
don't
a hmm?
I don't think you want a Mana Crypt or Jeweled Lotus out this commander though. I'm pretty sure you want to hold on to him.
Oh yeah. Well, it at least get us there a little bit quicker because the idea being we are obviously playing for that top effect. It's sad when we did the tier list. I think this was one of the more promising A ranked legendaries we discussed. Obviously, if you want to see the full tier set review,
I
I
think
would
we
go
gave
watch
him
that.
a B
I want to say
when
we
we
give him
ended it.
an A.
I think the only A that we had was Niv Mizzet.
Stop. No, we had more. We had
Well,
more.
I'm gonna double check him.
Plagon
But
was up there. Either way, we're playing for that top effect. But one of the things we discussed is how good this character is for that bottom effect. It's easily the best toughness is your damage value for the turn of any creature, and it's not even in green. It's so sad that blue got green's best effect in white by extension. But the flicker and draw, that's what we want to play for. You should name the deck Beach Slap. Oh, Angelus. Oh, Angelus. Yeah, we
uh,
did. As a matter of fact, if you guys want to follow along with the brew, obviously you may do so by using the link in the description. Thank you for bringing that up. But we are going to go through this list from start to finish with you. Obviously, the point of doing these live is to get your opinion on the build. Any sort of effects that you think are relevant to Plagon, please suggest them as we're building it. We're trying to make the best competitive version of this list. So on that note, where did it land?
it landed on B, and Niv Mizzet landed as the only A.
Wow, that's sad. Well,
Indeed.
let's take it up to A, Will. Let's rank this one up. No more lurking in the shallows. We ride. All right. So, are we going to jam every single big booty creature in this deck, Or are we going to focus on hate bears that subsequently have big booties?
So there are three options in my opinion. And I always do this whenever we make a deck where I'm like, we have options, Patrick.
Mm.
Um, One is we just do turbo. We play all the ornithopters and shield spheres and everything like that. Dump out a big board so that we can try to get like Plagon, Plagon the Wise.
Mhm.
We try to get Plagon to enter and draw like four as soon as possible, so that we can reload, hit flicker effect, go
Right.
go 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 go. Or we do all the good stacksy, grindy effects, Leisure Shredder, Draenith Magistrate, like maybe the Rule of Law creatures,
Mhm.
and then we stall out the game with that and get value with just instant speed flicker effects. Or, and here's the weird one that we're probably not going to go for, but we have the blue you can run as many as you want card in this deck,
Oh,
which is it's
uh,
a one and a blue for a one
Petitioner?
three. Yeah, Persistent Petitioner. Yeah. It's 2 mana, one of it being blue for a 1/3 that just says pay one and tap it, target player mills 3, tap 4 advisors you control, and then target player mills 13. So we
Close.
can
Yeah.
theoretically just run like a 12, my bad.
Yeah.
We can run a ton of persistent petitioners and then use persistent petitioner to
Thrumming Stone?
persistent petitioner, things that make him cost less, and then use Plagon to draw into more persistent petitioners to try to just deck people quickly. I don't think we go for that route, but that is a route.
That's kind of a gnarly avenue of approach. I mean, obviously plays well with Plagon here. What are the white ones? Do they have any relevant effects for us? The knight, I know the hair that just came out, but the knight doesn't do anything of like
Templar.
relevance.
The Templar is a 3/1 with vigilance, and it gets out a legendary artifact for us. And then the
Mm.
hair apparents are just to make a ton of tokens, and all of them are
Yeah.
1/1s.
Okay. So that's not super relevant for us. Also, by the way, I don't think they need to be actual creatures specifically, like non-token. They can be tokens as well with big booties. So that is a
Yep.
thought. Like if there's something that is cheap that just makes big booty creatures, um,
Eldrazi Tribal, let's go. Make all of
right,
those
the
thrall
O1,
tokens that are O1s.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Eldrazi spawns, right? Or we could do, God, I guess the Ornithopter. What's that one from Kaladesh that makes Ornithopters? Aren't they O1s?
Hold on. Is there?
Imagine if it was equal to or less. That'd be pretty dumb. I don't think we're gonna go the Petitioner route, though. I love the idea. What if we did this without flicker effects, Will?
Uh, then we get slightly more cards in hand once, and then don't draw more cards from there on
And
out.
that's it. That's where the buck stops. No. We want to go for as many flicker effects as possible. I think that's probably where we want to start too.
Well, we should start with the best one being Displacer Kitten.
Yeah.
That is
That's a
how
good.
we win the game.
Oh, by the way, the land base is from a different deck, so if it looks funny, we'll switch it. Don't worry about it. Don't even talk about it, okay? Yeah, Displacer Kitten seems good to me. Displacer Kitten. Also, there is the I mean, not that the Felidar cat, Felidar Guardian.
Villadar Guardian and Restoration Angel.
Are we gonna use those?
I
Isn't
mean they enter in Flicker,
Flicker
Plarg, and they're both big booty,
We also
so
have Flicker
yeah.
Wisp, but Flicker Wisp is the 3-1. I
Yeah,
mean, not that.
it's slower and it's meh. I'd use Charming Prince over Flicker Wisp. Charming Prince is a Flicker Wisp, but it costs 2.
That's right. Well, Felidar Guardian is a 4 cost, but it does have combos. Does it have combos in Azorius, though?
Uh,
You said
I
Resto
mean you
Angel?
use Panharmonicon, don't you? No, but it can't target itself. Never mind. There's some ways of doing it, I think.
Enters the
Yeah.
battlefield, you may exile target non-angel creature you control. Do we want Resto Angel?
Uh, yeah, I mean, Restoration Angel's just another Felidar Guardian, so yeah.
I mean, it's not like creatures are immediately tutorable in this deck.
Yeah, but they're another body to draw more cards, so
I'm just going to go
technically good.
exile, return, battlefield. Right quick, and we will put this in Azorius, obviously. Blah. This could be
Also,
a
I
lot.
realized Plagon does not say each other creature. It says each creature, so he's
Yeah,
drawn
yeah,
off himself.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Love
yeah.
that.
Oh, it's so good, dude. We're gonna put ephemerate in here.
Yeah. Ephemerate, Cloud Shift, Essence Flux, and Flash Portal.
Are you suggesting just all the one cost ones?
Yeah, because one cost draw 5 cards is always pretty good.
It sounds good. When you put it like that, it sounds okay. Essence Flux and what was the last one?
Splash Portal. That's the
Is this
one
a new
that if
one? Oh,
yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's from Bloomborough. It's the one that if the exiled creature is a frog, otter, rat, or bird,
Ah,
draw a card,
not
and it's a
Starfish.
sorcery. No, not starfish.
Starfish is not on there. Damn.
How many starfishes do you find in a forest, Patrick?
Not enough. Splash Portal. Yeah, but yeah, we're adding flicker effects. So if you have any good ones up your sleeve, let us know. Dowerport Mage if we're going flicker. Damn. Damn. That's an interesting suggestion. Dowerport's also from Bloomborough. Do we hate Charming Prince?
Charming Prince isn't bad. It's just a random body that won't count for Plagon, but it
Um,
will slow flicker, which honestly is good enough half the time.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Unless we're worried about our commander free spells, which it's really just the blue ones and it doesn't really impact I don't know. It's not the end of the world. The slow flickers are usually not uh, something you would want to use, but we could potentially use it here. Is this a Livio deck?
No, but there's the other commander that's functionally Livio that's good. Can't remember her name, but she's Lord of the Rings.
Abuelo? No, it's not Abuelo.
Uh,
I like Abuelo though.
Probably. We probably do Eldrazi Displacer though.
Do we want to, because we're doing a flicker list, do we want to add like any Narumea lines?
Um,
Or any like, copy
that
flicker?
can be a finisher, or at least like a yeah. We can probably find some kind of finisher with Narumea,
Right. There's no sense in doing relic water lines here. We can,
unless we want to do the Cat in the Hat, but I don't think we do Cat in the Hat.
it's 4 mana, but the new Kaikar.
Yeah, new Kaikar, does he have like a weird flicker thing?
Let me look. Let me look. I think we need to go to the other page if we're just looking at these ones here. Give me one
Exile
sec.
another creature you control, return to the battlefield at the beginning of its controller's next end step when you cast a non-creature spell. Yeah, Kaikar, new Kaikar goes in.
Really?
He's slow displacer kitten.
What's the name? Kaikar.
Kaikar, Zephyr Awakener. Or Zephyr, however you pronounce that. Zephyr.
I like how you pronounced it.
First one or second one?
Both. Displacer, Eldrazi Displacer.
Yeah, we can do Eldrazi Displacers just to pay 3, draw however many.
Yeah, it's killing me how so many of these don't have bigger butts. But yeah, we
Yeah,
can just put Eldrazi Displacer. That doesn't mean we're ultimately going to use it in the deck, but
and I can share the thing that I shared with you at the start of the stream, Patrick, where I discovered you can type in toughness greater than power in the search bar in brackets,
mm.
and then it will work to search for only creatures with toughness greater than power.
Are we? I mean, obviously, we need to do that. We need to have some amount of creature that has a bigger butt than it does an arm. But Spell Queller, I I don't know how many we're actually going to jam. They've got to be useful on top of that, like Fortune Loyal Steed. So it has Scry 2 and Saddle 1. Whenever it attacks while saddled at the end of combat, exile it and up to one creature that saddled it this turn, then return those creatures to the battlefield under its owner's control. This is actually good in my book, dude.
It's really funny
It's a 2/4.
considering the fact that Plagon can't saddle it alone.
How do you mean? Oh, it's a 0/3.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, you can still do tap Plagon and literally anything else because you can have multiple things saddle it, but
Sorry,
it's
Janice does have
funny.
a big butt. Field Hunter Blink Loops. No, Fiend Hunter. Grandpa, I was just looking at Fiend Hunter. I do want to talk about that. I don't think
I
that's too slow, but
I love how that sounded so insulting. No, Grandpa.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
no
yeah.
old man.
God, get out of the chat, Grandpa. No, stay, please. Um, Mangara the Arbiter. These are all good suggestions. I want to take a gander at all of them, but let's talk about Fiend Hunter really quick. Are we using Fortune Loyal Steed?
Uh, 3 mana for 1 flicker every single turn, or 3 mana to get free flickers every single turn is the better way to phrase
Potentially,
that.
yeah.
Um,
It's
well, considering that,
slow. It's slow, mind you.
yes, but it's a big butt creature. It's probably good enough.
We might cut it.
Yeah. Now the
Fortune Loyal
follow-up
Steed.
question: Are we going to try to make this a storm style deck, or are we going to go for the slow control grind? I
Yeah.
think storm might be good,
Oh,
but
Storm is so much more exciting.
yeah. All
So
right,
let's do
then
that.
for
So
the storm side of things, give me one quick second because I'm gonna go nah. All
yeah,
right, I got a couple creatures to add, at least three. Ornithopter, Phyrexian Walker, and Shield Sphere.
yeah. Ornithopter, Phyrexian Walker, and Shield Sphere. I like these. Also,
Uh,
were you talking about you mentioned another, sorry, give me one second. I just want to bring it up because it's on my other screen. Far Traveler, the background enchantment.
as long as your commander is tapped at the end step, you flicker something.
Right. So, we play our commander, obviously. We have the mana equivalent for Far Traveler. We play Far Traveler next turn. It attacks for 0 or 3. It doesn't matter. If they declare blocker, if they declare blocker now, I can make it assign damage based off of its defense, right?
Yeah, in response, you can say, I pay 1 to kill your creature.
I like that. Far
Um,
Traveler we'll throw in for now.
yeah.
Because this does work directly in line with our commander. A little bit better than Fortune, frankly.
Also, continuing the line, we have Giver of Runes, which is probably good enough.
Giver of
It is indeed a
Runes.
1/2.
Corridor Monitor ETBs untaps an artifact. Oh, if we want to... what are the Corridor Monitor loops? I'm sorry. Well, here, I'm done with the flicker effects, I think. Unless there's any more that you guys want to include, I'll put Touch the Spirit Realm in here, by the way. But what are the search terms to get what you're looking at?
Oh, to get I put it in Discord. It's just in brackets. Toughness is greater than power, so you just use the symbol.
What symbol? What are you talking about?
The greater than symbol. The freaking sideways triangle with the bottom missing. It's that.
Toughness greater than.
Or I guess that is probably the better way of doing this symbol.
Right. Not brackets. Well, not those brackets. Sorry.
Round brackets, whatever those are called. Also, we probably include Brawl Chief of Compliance.
Sorry, you're gonna see Will, not Will's face there. Brawl Chief of Compliance. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got a big butt. He cost reduces, which is going to be good for Flicker Storm.
Sorry, need to do this. Need to go back over here.
You need to do this. You need to do that, and you need to do this because this is where it's at.
Draneth Magistrate. Yes, so I like that. I think there's definitely room for stacks in this list, despite the fact that we're going for a faster storm deck here. Mangara the Arbiter. I just want to look at the ones that were suggested. I don't see Mangara the Arbiter. Grand Arbiter. What about that? Felia, Corridor Monitor, Mother of Machine. Is Mother of Machine Elish? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the double ETB one.
What is there like a Corridor Monitor trick with this or?
No, I think it's just it doubles freaking what's his name? What's
Plagon.
our commander's name?
Plagon, you got it.
Plager. So it doubles the ETB, so we draw double the cards. Plagon.
What are there better effects than this, or is this the best?
I mean it's a stacks piece that's also roaming throne, so good enough. But I think we don't need. We can include it as a higher end thing, but I think honestly we go for more cost reduction and then flicker effects, including like the 2 mana ones.
Right.
So I think if we do any cost reduction, the 2 mana flickers are just going to be good. Oh
Oh,
yeah, Delny.
Delny.
Duh, Delny.
Streetwise Lookout. That Delny.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that you're right. Abzo, you win. Sorry, Felia though. I just want to get to all the suggestions you guys had. The pop Felia, the pop exile to one target non-land permanent. At the beginning of your next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Entered under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Felia. Yeah, Felia makes sense. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's just that Felia is a 2/2. Damn it, Felia.
Yeah.
It's not good enough, but we're gonna try to make it work.
Now remember, you have to run 2, or else you accidentally run Ophelia, which is that Golgari card instead.
Yeah. That would be wrong. The deck would be illegal then.
Indeed. Another card, Dauntless Dismantler, one of
Right.
your beloved stacks pieces.
Well, how much do we want to add for stacks?
I mean, I think Dauntless Dismantler is just kind of like a mini Drannith Magistrate. It's just a card that's so good you might as well put it in any deck.
True. There was another blue card I think that was suggested. Paragon Drake and Yorion have a big butt. Do that. Proof. Send the pics. I need to see. I'm not gonna look at too many of these. I just want to get an idea. Oh, Ingenious Prodigy has one or more +1/+1 counters on. Huh?
What's the name of that one guy? There's a Azorius legendary with a big butt that cost reduces as well.
Azorius guy, big butt,
I'll
cost
find
reduction.
him. He's when he enters, you name a card type, and cards of that type that you cast cost 1 less to cast.
What are you naming? Creature?
You name probably instance.
All right. I mean, our instants are pretty cheap so far, but
Oh, also, Sunscape Familiar. Your
right.
green and blue spells cost 1 less.
Are there any like free to cast creature spells we should be considering? If your
We'll
opponent
we'll probably find some.
if your opponent controls the Soul Ring, you may cast this for free. Stuff like that.
Casual 0/1.
Yeah.
As a win con / max hand size card / big butt card, do we want to run Triska Decaphile?
Oh God, refresh my memory.
1 in a blue for a 1/3 that says you have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in hand, win the game, and you can pay 3 in a blue to draw a card. But it's just more so big butt, no maximum hand size potential to win.
Yes, I think that's a good sub strategy for a win. For sure. How about Trusted Advisor? Your maximum hand size increases by 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, return a blue creature you control to its owner's hand. Trusted Advisor, one for a 1/2. Is this weird?
You have to bounce a creature every turn?
At the beginning of your upkeep, return a blue creature you control to its owner's hand, so it could be him. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool. I don't think we want to
return Plagon constantly, but
we want to flicker him. We don't want to.
yeah.
Yeah, Peregrine Drake with Eldrazi Displacer would be infinite mana and draw the whole deck. Yeah, Christopher Robinson. We have the Displacer in the deck. Peregrine Drake works. I guess what's it? Cloud of Fairies and what's the other one? The big one? Palantis. But what's the big dragon?
I'm blanking on the name.
Polonium. We're not going to use that. I think we might use Peregrine Peregrine Drake, excuse me. Am I wrong? That seems like a good one. Is the ancestral statue also, it's 4 CMC, right? But does it have a big butt?
Isn't it a 1/4?
No, but it's also like a bounce to hand effect. I don't think it's a flicker.
Yes, it is a bounce to hand effect.
Wah, wah. Palincron, Grandpa. Doesn't Palincron go infinite?
Yeah, Alankron goes infinite with Eldrazi Displacer if we have a land that taps for colorless, which we might. I don't know how many lands we have that do that.
The
Oh,
Tapper Colorless? Without us
Grand
done.
Arbiter Augustine the Fourth.
That was suggested earlier on. I don't know how I feel about it though. You like it?
Cost reduction, stacks and big butt.
How much does he cost? Is he split? Like, there's a lot of pips in this, right?
So 2 and then 1 of each pip.
Okay. Grand Arbiter Augustine the Second. Oh shit, there's a secret lair one. That one. From Fallout. That one. Wish we could use cheap ass. Spells cost half less to play. I would run that. We just need to clone it so we can get a full cost reduction. Have you guys seen this card? It's one of the best.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find him. I was thinking of Sten Paranoid Partition, but he doesn't have a big butt. He's just a 2-mana guy that makes a spell of a chosen type cost 1 less. Or makes spells of a chosen type cost 1 less.
I'm sorry, I added Quarter Monitor, but I don't really have a line of play for it. I wouldn't really include it unless I did. So... Oh, do we want to run Crystal Barricade? I know it's... You know.
We're trying to storm, so probably not,
No.
but...
It's got a big butt, though.
Indeed, it does have a big butt. I cannot lie.
It does, yeah, it doesn't help in any sense though. Deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its base power. What if we added Curie for more draw? Non-token artifact.
Potentially, I mean, just like Curie on 2 is not horrible.
No.
Or Curie on 1, I mean, like fast mana into Curie is not a bad opener. Do we want Urza Lord Protector? It's 1 a white and a blue for a 2/4 that says your artifacts, instants, and sorceries cost 1 less.
Artifacts. Urza Lord Protector. How much does Urza cost?
1 a white and a blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Any opportunity to play Urza. Sorry guys, I'm literally just raking through all of our fat booty warriors here. Whenever one or more other creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card. Honestly, I don't mind Dowerport Mage. I feel like this deck kind of calls for it. I'm doing it well. I want an excuse, okay? I also don't need one, but I will play. I don't need an excuse. I'm gonna play Mystic Remora, Ristic Study, all that stuff. Okay, Palincron, yes. Soulless Jailer. I don't know about that one.
It's an okay enough stacks piece in some situations, but if we're trying to do a fast deck, probably not. I think doing either ones with highly beneficial abilities or low, like 1 mana, are the 2 things we're looking for.
Low to no mana, right? Like our Shield Sphere and stuff.
Yeah.
You're right, but we don't have enough space for, a lot of that. We just want to run a little bit of it.
Do we want to run like pretty much every 2 mana flicker thing since we have cost reduction now?
Potentially.
It's like Flicker, Fate, Momentary Blink, Planar Incision, Teferi's Time Twister.
2 cost? Honestly, maybe. And if we do run like any of the ones that have multiple targets, I do think it's worth considering, like Ghostly Flicker. I think it's worth considering the copy creatures, like Naru. Do we run Metamorph? Says Abzo. Phyrexian Metamorph? I mean, it gives us a copy of our commander, right?
Yeah, it gives us a copy which will give us an ETB and reset our commander back into the command zone for later. The only thing would be that we can't do flickers on that anymore. But that's
Right.
still like kind of another functional flicker.
Yeah, we have Dauntless Dismantler in the deck. It's definitely a good one for sure. Ledger Shredder.
Yes, Ledger Shredder. Shredder is good in this deck. Even if we're doing turbo, it's functional. What about Kitsa?
Kitsa.
Well, we can't really copy flickers well because if we copy the flicker, then it's gonna fizzle the first copy.
Is that true?
Yeah, because Kitsa just says pay to tap him and then copy a spell. So we just copy a flicker effect, which then would get another flicker on the stack, which flickers our thing. This is now a new instance of Plagon, and then the original flicker fizzles.
Mm.
We can also add in Slip on the Ring, Siren's Ruse, and uh, Justicar's Portal.
Siren's Ruse.
Yeah,
Which are
that's
the
just a flicker card. If a pirate was exiled this way, draw a card.
not Starfish, right?
No, not Starfish.
How about
He looks
Sacred?
like he could be a pirate. His boat is a turtle.
How about Sacred Rites as a win con? Oh, how about Ornithopter of Paradise? Is that weird that I want to run a slow rock?
It's fine. It's a slow rock that draws us a card later in the game.
I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. Like a turn one, Soul Ring into Ornithopter of Paradise. It's going to happen like 1 in every 10 games or so, but it's being very generous. I still think it's pretty
Oh,
good.
Sacred Rites is really funny and actually win con. So it's an instant that says discard any number of cards. Creatures you control get +0/+1 for every card discarded this way. So if we discard 20 cards, all of our creatures get +20/+20. Then we can pay 1 mana for each of them to have them deal 20 damage. Or if we were like drawing our whole deck and going infinite, we draw our whole deck, discard cards, and then use Plagon to kill.
The
That's
main
funny.
reason I would want to incorporate this, Will. Do you know
Hmm.
why? You know what it is?
Because it's an Odyssey card.
Those Odyssey foils, yes. That's the only reason. Look at this. They went to a Taylor Swift concert. Yeah, sure. Sacred Rights.
It's a
And
funny win con, but it's a win con.
Angelus, if you have any more weird tech set aside, if you see anything else that looks potentially good, holler. I'm interested. All right, I'm gonna put silence in here because it's a good card. I was just thinking about it. Okay. I was gonna go until I hit the 3 CMC territory, and that's where I'd stop, but there's nothing in my mind, like in the 2 CMC slot, that we don't already have. And there's nothing else I can think of that's 3 or above that I would really want to incorporate. So I think we're probably good to move on from our flicker effects. Oh shit, there's another starfish. Sigiled starfish. You can tap it to scry 1. We're not doing
Dude,
Starfish Tribal, or
no.
oh damn.
There's look at me. I am the starfish now.
all right. Spellskite.
Yeah.
Spellskite.
We probably like Spellskite. Protect.
He protect.
Spellskite is also brutal with flickers because you can redirect something to Spellskite and then flicker Spellskite and then you just fizzle the removal spell.
So good. Yeah, sold. Done. Happened. I think that's it. I think that's it officially. Is there anything else you're thinking in the 2 CMC slot that we didn't add? And this goes to you too, the audience. We got Sunscape Familiar. Yes, that happened. We did not add image. We could. But we could. Oh my god, there's so many 2-drops. Do we want Thassa's Oracle?
That is definitely another win con that we could use because we might draw our whole deck.
Right. Yeah, like if attacking doesn't work, just play that. Takat the Honor Guard, Tiller Engine. Yeah. That's it. Atomic. Which is the one that makes the shield walls? Which is the creature that just makes the big booty tokens?
There's a planeswalker that does.
I thought Atomic. I thought there was a legendary creature that just made tokens very easily. Could be
Let
mistaken.
me
Because we didn't really look
probably
into
token.
making the token bodies. Do you want Vidalcan Ether Mage for wizard cycling? Any relevant wizards you can think of? It's also a 1/2. That's why I bring it up. I can't think of a relevant wizard, if I'm being honest with you. To our strategy. That's not in the command zone. Oh, I do love Sacred Rites, though.
Okay, Patrick, you want to hear some weird freaking tech from Homelands?
Yes.
Wall of Kelp? Blue for an 0/3 defender that has blue tap, make an 0/1 defender plant wall no token named Kelp.
Wow. Angelus literally just brought this up as soon as...
Yeah.
Wall of Kelp can make an extra butt per rotation. Uh... Is there anything better than Wall of Kelp? No offense, Wall of Kelp.
I will speed through them to see if I can find any make 0/1s or like 0/3 tokens.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of tokens are symmetrical.
Yeah, it's that one instance, man. I see Wall of Kelp now, though. It finally popped up. Wall of Tears. Return each of those creatures to its owners. Wait. Oh, if it blocks any creature. Okay, no. The only tears being shed are those from Plagon, not being able to bounce to our hand. Poor guy. Yeah. If you see any token generators, like any permanent form of token generation that just works, please tell me. I need it. Okay. We're officially at 3 CMC territory here. And I'm over it. I'm done. We're moving on. I'm going to look at our deck just from a bird's eye view here to see what we've got. Angelic Shield, if we need to get Plagon off the field. Angelic Shield, huh? Are we going to need to get Plagon off the field?
Maybe. Flickers are 4.
Oh, yeah. Sacrifice, return target creature to its owner's hand. This is cute because it's an anthem, but for booties. You see this? Creatures you control get +1/++1. So it makes all of our creatures that are neutral +1 booty. It's not horrible. I wish the sacrifice was a little bit better. Like removal. Frankly. Like it'd be nice to have some baked in interaction into one of these. Like the Dismantler. But
I wish that we could run more than 100 cards in this deck so we could run the companion that goes really well with Plagon.
Which one's that?
Big booty, slow flicker, any number of creatures you control. Any number of non-land permanents you control, actually. It's a 5-mana big booty snake that just does that.
5-mana big booty snake. All right, we've got a lot of creatures here.
No snakes had booties.
No. Oh, they do. Yeah, we're going to have to cut some cards later, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Everyone calm down. We have some 2 CMC flicker effects in here. We don't have all the flicker effects in here. Well, did you just want to throw...
Oh, yeah, I can give, like, the rundown of the other ones that we missed, but the other 2 CMC ones are Flicker of Fate, Momentary Blink, Planar Incision.
Hold on.
Yep.
Momentary Blink.
Flicker of Fate, Momentary Blink. Yeah, those are the first 2.
Okay.
And then Planar Incision.
Would have to build around it, but what about Kozilek's Unsealing? What was the last one? Circle Incision? What?
Planar Incision.
Planar Incision. Oh, hey. Okay. And you want to look at Kozilek's Unsealing?
Oh, also, Flicker. Flicker is it's a very straightforward one. He does what
Uh,
it says.
I don't know if we need that one. Just kidding.
How
Um,
dare you? We're playing a Flicker deck and not running Flicker. Blasphemy.
Kozilek's Unsealing, it's devoid. Whenever you cast a creature spell with a mana value 4, 5, or 6, create 2/01 Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sacrifice this creature, add generic or colorless. Whenever you cast a creature spell with a mana value of
I
7 or greater, draw
I
3
don't think
cards.
we're ever triggering this.
No, 4, 5, and 6. I really love the idea though, Chris. I mean, this is so close to being good. If 3 was one of the numbers, great. Because it's a cast. Like, so it's on the stack. Could you imagine, like, oh, imagine if our commander triggered this every single time. Such good value. And then let's look into Eldrazi spawn really quick. I want to see if there's any other, like,
Kozilek's Command.
Kozilek's Command.
X generic, choose 2 for Kindred instant Eldrazi. Create X01 Eldrazi spawn, or target player scries X then draws, or exile target creature with mana value X or less, or exile up to X target cards from graveyards. It's make a whole bunch of spawn plus do something else.
What do you think? It's good. Seems like a multi-purpose card. I do think the cost is a little prohibitive, but
That's kind of where I was coming from with it.
if it was a colorless plus X, then it would be playable.
The glaring, whatever it's called, the Eldrazi that when you cast a colorless spell, you make a Eldrazi spawn when a colorless creature you control dies, you impact tremors. That one's probably good enough because we're playing rocks in this deck.
Mm-hmm. There's a card, Spawning Bed, that makes 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scions.
Yeah.
Has this been errata to like O1s?
No, they make 1/1s as well. There's 2 different types of Eldrazi tokens.
My god. What
So
about
there's spawns and scions.
How about Emrakul's Messenger? Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 0/1 Eldrazi spawn creature token. Cost 2.
But it itself does not have a big butt.
No, but still. No, but
Feels
still.
bad, but could still potentially work.
I mean, we're gonna draw cards.
Yeah.
We're gonna draw cards. You said you like Glaring Fleshraker?
It could be good just because we're doing storm stuff, so we're probably gonna incidentally be playing artifacts.
How many artifact colorless spells are we playing though? Not that many.
It's gonna be our rocks, just the rocks. Speaking of, do we have the fast mana in the deck yet? We do not have any
No. I'm gonna put the Emrakul's Messenger for now. It feels a little slow, but I think we'll get there for sure.
We have 28 slots left, so theoretically we could just cram some mana in and then we might be good.
Yeah, but we need interaction.
Yes.
Some interaction minimally. All right,
Well,
so
I mean, 28 slots for mana and interaction is not hard.
are we using the 2 mana rocks? I put Arcane Signet in there.
Yeah, probably. We're not in a color that ramps.
So Mana Vault, Soul Ring. Are we on Grim Monolith? Maybe, right? It helps. No, it helps.
I
It
don't
helps.
think we are.
If we're drawing big, it could like help us storm. Does that make sense? Anything that's helping us go mana positive. You don't like it enough? I'm gonna put it on the sideboard for now.
Yeah, let's sideboard it.
But yeah, Soul Ring, Mana Vaults. We're gonna do Lotus Petal.
Also, I think
Diamonds.
Patrick, I found the card you've been looking for this whole time.
What?
Scuttle Tide. 1 in a blue, pay 1, discard a card, and make an 0/3 crab token. Any card in our hand can be 1 mana, make an 0/3.
It could be any other card from our deck. Crabs you can control get +1/+1 as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard.
You don't care about that. You just want the Scuttle army. We only care about the Scuttlebutts.
Do we play this?
Honestly,
I got
maybe because
ooh.
that makes a very, very big board very quickly, and then if we start doing flicker things with Plagon, we do dumb things. So maybe,
Yeah, I mean it does allow us to convert our I mean I wish obviously I wish it was just discard a card.
yeah,
Having to discard a card and pay a cost is a little rough.
agreed. But it is probably the most efficient way to make a whole bunch of big butt tokens.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider the fact like other engines that exist, it just makes me feel bad. Like Scoot Swarm, it's like they made it so easy, and this is like,
I
okay.
like how you compared it to the most efficient token generator in the entire game.
Isn't there another one that operates like Scoot Swarm now too, though?
Yes, it's the homunculus, but I think
Oh, are
it's
the
when you find the
homunculus? How big are they?
other tutus.
Blech. Okay, never mind. All right. Okay. Where was I? I have Arcane Signet, Felwar Stone. I guess Azorius Signet. Manivault, Soul Ring, Lotus Petal, Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, Chrome Mox, the Goron, Mox Amber. I guess we could be if we're trying to do a Displacer Kitten Infinite whatever line, right? We'll see.
Uh,
There's also other legendaries I think in the deck that are
we have
cheaper.
a handful of legendaries. Yeah, it should be fun.
Well, maybe we get some use out of it. Any other fast mana? We're not high tide. We're
Uh,
not high tide land base here or anything like that.
no, we're just doing the generic stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that seems good to me. Um, do we want to add like frantic searches or anything to help us dig? Not even.
We probably don't need to dig because we're just looking for big butt creatures to start mana and then Plagon. We don't even need to find flickers because we're probably going to find flickers off of drawing X.
Are we on Pact of Negation? No.
We theoretically are a storm deck, so maybe.
Okay. Force of Negation. Force of Negation. Force of Will. At some point, I'm just gonna have a copy paste set up for these counter spells.
That's the other option. Bird tokens.
Oh, please tell me about the pitches. Fierce
Uh,
Guardianship.
there.
I'm just doing the fun
Dang,
business of
dang
adding.
Dovescape. Why couldn't you make O2s instead of O1s?
Chain of
Oh, yeah,
Vapor.
I saw a
Dispel.
murmuration and I was like, oh yeah, they bird tokens are base O2s. No, 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 they're base 1-1s usually.
Hmm. Do you like Strix song?
Or Strict Serenade.
Strix Serenade. Excuse me.
Um, it's not bad. We can probably get away with running it.
And
It's more of a control tool than anything, but it should still be good enough.
outside of silence, do you want any other stop playing cards against me, please? Effects.
Maybe Orm's Chant.
I like Worm's Chant. Helps to shut down Najila. All right.
Indeed.
What else we got? Any other counter spells at the top of your dome? Pact of Negation, Force of Negation, Force of Will, Fierce Guardianship, Swan Song, and Offer You Can't Refuse. Chain of Vapor, it's not a counter spell. Dispel, Strict Serenade. I'm sure I'm missing something.
You already
Again,
said Mental Misstep?
did not. I was
Alright,
literally
there we
thinking
go.
that. And then we also have the other free one. I'm sorry, we need Flusterstorm and we need.
We also probably put Flare of Denial in this deck,
Oh,
considering the fact that we have so many creatures.
yes. Yes, yes, yes. What's the white one?
Flare of...
Do we run
It's
Solitude or any of those ones?
we can probably put Solitude, but we don't run the white flare because it's just give everything indestructible. It's heroic intervention.
Flare of Fortitude. You don't like it?
Angelus, we already put in Sunscape Familiar. We get that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I like Flare of Denial. This is like the one deck that wants it. I'm sorry. What is the other one though? Of the person's it's something Mindbreak Trap. Mindbreak
Mind break.
Trap. I don't think we need any redirects outside of our dude. I think that's it. We done? Is this a full deck? Wait, are there any other bounce effects or removal effects we should just incorporate?
Chain of Vapor, Cyclonic Rift.
I'll put Cyclonic. And we should just add the 2 exiles. Swords to Plowshare and Path to Exile. How much more removal do you think we need?
Probably not much more. I think the things that we need to worry about are rule of laws and branded magistrates as stacks goes, and outside of
Right.
that, I think we kind of outpace everything else, so we don't need to care. Because we're Storm, but if we play into Rhystic Study, we're outdrawing the Rhystic Study deck by like 5-1.
Yeah, I like March of Otherworldly Light too.
Yeah.
Is there another exile effect? What's the 2-cost exile thing?
March of Swirling Mists is another one. Oh, but you're talking about the lost stuff, right? Like the ones that are like exile any non-land permanent.
Yes. Something to help get rid of like 1 rings and stuff like that.
Uh,
Up to phasing out. I don't know if we need Swirling Mist. Do you want Swirling Mist just to like help remove any sort of trouble creatures?
it's a good way to just shut down all stacks, or protect your own stuff sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's usually good enough. We may not
Ooh.
need it
Ooh.
though.
What do we want to use?
Oh,
Split.
resculpt. By the way.
Do you want to use split up
Oh yeah, yeah.
and resculpt? Yeah, split up is amazing, guys. If you don't have a copy, get a copy. Use the link in the description. Hey, I can say this now. Yeah, TCG player link. It's actually working now. Took forever, but I figured it out. It wasn't that difficult. I just honestly never read what they were trying to tell me. But yeah,
Uh,
if you guys want any singles to build your Plagon, use that link.
do we run Soul Herder? That's just the on your end step flicker something guy.
This is the Azorius one.
Yeah, he's just there
Uh,
and he flickers Plague on every turn.
with the really good Seb art. Yeah, dude. It's pretty badass looking. It's 3 mana. Whenever a creature is exiled from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on this bitch. It watches over every absence. Dude, I like it. Bearing in mind, I don't know that we have the room. So I admit, at 6 mana, it's expensive. But Baldan Sentry Herdmaster. Oh, tutors. Will, tutors.
Oh,
What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? Yeah, we just want Mystical Tutor. Do we want Merchant Scroll for any reason? Is there like a
there's not really any big dumb thing that we have for Merchant Scroll.
Enlightened Tutor's good. I can't really
Re
think of many tutors.
Recruiter of the Guard doesn't really have a great target.
It's a big booty though, right?
Oh no, it's never mind. I'm dumb. Displacer Kitten. Yeah, we use Recruiter of the Guard.
Recruiter of the Guard.
Also, Recruiter of the Guard is a 1/1.
And is it?
Yeah, it's a
How about Ranger Captain?
it's a 3/3.
But I mean, relevant targets.
Um,
It has targets, but it's like
it does.
oh,
Probably finds Giver of Runes. Also, do we run Esper Sentinel?
does it bear shit in the woods? Let's look at your Herdmaster. Does a bison shit in the woods? As long as it's your
Wait, is the
turn.
herd?
Hmm?
I was gonna say, isn't the Herdmaster the thing that you played on the one casual game night that we had?
Baldan Sentry Herdmaster? I don't think it was this one. I don't think it was this one. As long as it's your turn, each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. We do that already. Whenever Baldan Sentry Herdmaster attacks up to 100 what? Up to 100 target creatures. Each get plus X defense until end of turn.
Look at the alternate art. You'll see why.
Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's why up to 100 hand slap.
That poor Kia didn't stand a chance. I don't know. I don't know if I want E Honda in the deck, and that's not because I dislike Universes Beyond.
Well, okay. When this attacks, if our hand is massive, we just pay one a couple times and kill everybody. That's it's another win con, and it's a constant way to make sure that all of our creatures are going to be big booty for Plagon.
Big booty
So
boys.
yeah, I'd say no though.
I'd say no as
Oh, wait,
well.
also I'm dumb because it automatically says all of your creatures assign combat damage through the butt, so you don't even have to pay the one. Makes it a little bit better, but it's still not great in my opinion.
Balden looks like Eddie Hall. I have to take your word on that. I don't know who that is. Is Eddie Hall a street shark? Hey, are there any good MDFCs we should be running?
There's the bounce one, the redirect one, the deal 3 damage to an attacker or blocker, the destroy artifacts or enchantments, draw equal to your max or draw equal to your current hand size, and then I think the other one is make a bunch of angels for the bolt MDFCs.
Right. Yeah, the make a bunch of angels is meh. Is meh. Oh,
Mm.
creatures your opponents control? Damn. The clone one? Oh,
Hydroelectric
yeah. Yeah.
Patrick, hydroelectric specimen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big booty, but it's also land.
It's big booty, it's a land. So it's one fine specimen, let me tell you.
Big booty, it's a land that can get out of hand.
And it might just tonight. Plagon, 7:30. Hydroelectric specimen, yes. Yes, thank you, Grandpa. Appreciate you. Glasspool mimic? Nah, I don't know what that is. I don't even know why I said that. I'm sorry.
See, I feel like a lot of people have gotten very high on the clone effects after Nadu. Because people realize, like,
Yeah.
oh, let's let us reset.
Cloning is good. Return target spell or non-land permanent opponent controls to its owner's hand. Do you like sink into stupor enough? I think so, right?
I mean, it's a counter spell or removal or land. Even if it's 3 mana,
Yeah.
that's still pretty good just by the fact that it's a land.
Yeah, I think we probably run Witch Enchanter and the Razorgrass Ambush too.
Yeah.
They're both just they're just good. And our life total really actively doesn't matter, so yeah. We're gonna want to make room for those. I think that's it though. That we would want to incorporate. Seagate Restoration.
No. 7 mana to draw like a handful of cards. We do that already for 1 mana.
Yeah, and then destroy all non-land permanents on due inversion. I mean, that's not
That
the
is
that's
a
not
tap
the.
land on the other side.
Yeah, never mind. Ignore me. Ignore
I
me.
wish that was the bolt. I would
Dude,
have
it
run that
would
if that was the bolt.
100% playable. Yeah, it would have actually been playable. Do you also want to use Winds of Abaddon? Just as a side note.
Uh,
It overloads to
yeah,
exile.
yeah. It's just yeah, it's a good enough wipe.
Good enough wipe. Make
Good
sure to
enough
wipe.
wipe.
Winds of Abaddon. All right, gang. We need to cut some biatches. So
You
let's
need
do
to
that.
cut some beaches.
Exactly. Cut some
20
biatches.
cards.
20 cards. 20 cards, people. All right, we could probably start with everything else first. We have Flicker, Winds of Abandon, Split Up, and Splash Portal. You like those, Will?
Uh, yeah, I like all of them.
Got 28 lands here, and I'm probably going to reduce our land count just a little. I'm going to go down to a solitary island. I'm going to see if there's any awkward lands in here from the rip.
Crystal Vein potentially.
Yeah, Crystal Vein's kind of just okay. I mean, it helps us push Plagon, but
Minamo.
you see Manamo? Oh yeah.
So it's yeah, it's
It's called
Minamo.
Dole Umroth. Yeah, we can get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Freaking Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale.
Oh yeah. That's a good one, but not for this deck. I zoned out for a sec, but do we have any deck protection? Labman, etc. Deck out protection. No, I never wear protection, so I wouldn't recommend it to you either. I'm gonna keep Crystal Vein. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say if we have Thassa's Oracle, we could probably cut Thassa's Oracle for Labman, but even though Labman is sadly not a big butt boy,
Yeah, Labman is inferior.
Labman is safer.
Faust is a big butt girl though, and
Indeed.
I really do appreciate that over. We've got so many cards that we might just need to kick some of the flicker effects.
I want freaking Far Traveler removed. I don't like Far Traveler.
Who?
That's the enchantment.
Oh, okay. You want Scuttletide though.
We might be able to cut it. I only like it just because it lets us fill a board very easily
Right.
off of one card, but it is cuttable if we want to.
Is it Scuttable?
Indeed. Indeed.
Okay. Ooh. Why was
I
I not aware of this Brawl? This masterpiece Brawl?
Yeah, it came out in the one set where they made the key art of every set that came out all in one big thing.
It's good. It's real good.
Um we probably don't need corridor monitor.
No.
Curie is also a little bit greedy. Dowerport Mage I don't like only because we're already drawing off of doing flicker stuff. It feels like it's just kind of win more.
More cards to scuttle with, my friend. Okay, so it is a big butt itself. It returns another creature to its owner's hand, so good value there. I really don't dislike it. I know it feels win more though.
We can cut Fiend Hunter, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And probably Fortune, even though I do like Fortune to some extent. We kind of do it better already, and Fortune's probably slow.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm over it already. Yeah, Displacer Kitten's at 2/2.
Oh my gosh, I love the Grand Abolisher art.
Which one?
Or Grand Arbiter.
Oh yeah.
That is so good.
Where did he go? Wait. Vault Boy.
So good.
How much do you think that copy is?
Probably too much. That's
For
only like
shame.
$3 actually. Never mind.
Oh, sold. Okay. We need to cut 12 more cards, Will. I'm gonna put Scuttletide off to the side for now. I think that one's a little win more. I think Dowerport does more than Scuttletide. To be Benjamin Franklin with you.
I
Let's.
feel like Dowerport does not do jack for our list. We have to pay to bounce a card, then pay to play the card, whereas Scuttletide is just, oh, all of those lands in our hand, all those removal cards that we can't really use because we're already ahead, turn those into O3s.
I just want
I
to
think
say that
we probably cut both of them if I'm being completely honest, but
probably Emrakul's Messenger is just better, and it's a 2/1. You draw your second card each turn. Even that's a little slow, honestly. Damn it. I just like the
yeah.
mana generation, dude. It helps with the storming, but it's limited. Oh, bleh. Okay, fine. They're both gone. And we need to cut like 10 more cards, I think. 9 cards. Okay, so we need to cut some instants here. I'm not seeing anything else in the creature slot I particularly want to get rid of.
We
Ranger.
really don't need Thassa's Oracle. I think getting to exactly 0 cards, or even like in the very close single digits, is going to be hard to
Account
perfectly
for.
cut to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little too much math for the average player. That's me. Is mommy
No.
Elish Norn worth it?
Um.
We've got Delny.
Yeah, I feel like Elshnorn's just kind of a bad Delny.
Yeah, Peregrine Drake is good though, I think.
Yes. We don't need Palinchron, which I don't think we have Palinchron already, but
What's the
Peregrine Drake's good enough as just because here's the thing, if we do Plagon, actually, how many lands are we gonna have with Plagon? That's honestly a thing we have to account for.
I don't know.
I
Okay.
think we're probably only gonna have like 3 lands in play for Peregrine Drake, but still, even
No.
like flickering Peregrine Drake and going up 2 mana is not horrible. It's Dark Ritual.
Right. Ramos Ecor Ancient Shield is the card you were thinking about that makes walls. Ramus Ecor. Ramos.
Is that the
Let's.
Lord of the Rings card?
Yes, it is. 4 costs. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card, then create a 0/3 white wall creature token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control with Defender gain Exalted until end of turn. I don't know, dude.
No, I don't think we care about that. It's casting your second card each turn is for 4 mana is kind of hard. Feels bad.
You start with this, and then you play your Shield Sphere. No, I get you. I get you. Angelus, I think you're right. I think that is what I was thinking about. There was a wall generator I was trying to get to, and I think that's the one. Alrighty. We've got some expensive creatures here that we could probably cut. Is Felidar Guardian the bee's knees, Will, or is it worth removing?
We can probably remove it. We can cut that in Restoration Angel just because we already have enough flickers in the deck that we're good, and we only really need to draw like 4 to 5 cards to be able to start storming through our deck until we find Displacer Kitten to just win.
Is Kaikar too much as well?
Kaikar is good only because it does what Restoration Angel and Felidar do, but repeatably.
Okay. I like that answer. Good answer, Will. We need to do 5 more cuts, and I think they're probably going to come from instance. Think being the operative word here. Momentary Blink is good because of the flashback, even though it's very expensive. Justicar's Portal. I'm kind of just looking at these first. Our blink effects.
Justicar's Portal. Yeah, let's give Plagon first strike for 0 attack.
So that can probably come out, is what you're saying.
If we find we might be able to take out very specifically Flicker over that, only because Flicker is sorcery.
I'll take up both for now.
Okay.
Siren's Ruse is also another one that's like, eh.
But being able to do blue is a little bit better than being able to do white because of the familiar, the Sunscape familiar.
I'm with you there. Momentary
Siren's Ruse is better than like random white ones. Like we can probably cut a Slip on the Ring.
You don't want the ring to tempt you?
I mean, we could. The issue is that we're gonna give Plagon Skull, which, to be fair, literally makes him unblockable. But
how do you feel about Ominous Seas, Will? For a generic and a blue enchantment, whenever you draw a card, put a foreshadow counter on Ominous Seas. Remove 8 foreshadow counters. Create an 8/8 blue Kraken creature.
No.
Can we look at the token at least? Oh, it's good. Oh, those are some messed up teeth.
I do not doubt that Ominous Seas has badass art. My only issue is no. Flooding 8/8s is not as good as flooding 40/40s like that one spell we have, the Sacred Rites.
Fair. Hey, Mindful. We are looking to cut 2 more cards, and then we are going to be off to the races with the best Plagon deck on the internet.
Let's cut March of Swirling Mists. And what does Enlightened Tutor find?
1 of 32 cards, I suppose.
Enlightened Tutor doesn't really do anything. We can cut Enlightened Tutor.
Wow. Oh, that one. You wouldn't want to... Yeah, honestly, we don't need it. Is there an enchantment creature that's of relevance?
We have artifact creatures that might be a little bit relevant.
That's true.
But, like Spellskite.
What is the best find, and does it put a smile on your face, Will?
Ornithopter.
I was going to say Shield Sphere, but they're equally as meh. I don't know. You don't want fast mana? I still think Enlightened Tutor for like the Soul Ring off the bat's a good play.
I don't think we need it. I honestly just don't think we need it.
I feel like there's redundancies that we could go to first. Am I crazy? It's one of the most efficient tutors. I know that its targets are kind of lackluster, but like, what does it normally go for? It usually just goes for a mana crypt.
So the best target it has in our whole deck is probably Rhystic Study.
Well, that's questionable, Will. Okay, not everyone wants draw. What if there's a Spirit of
What's
the
the point of
Labyrinth?
our whole deck?
I know, I know. How many counter spells do we have? We could drop Brawl if we don't have enough. Huh.
Brawl is not there for counter spells. Brawl is there for being a big butt and also cost reduction.
And then kind of counter spells.
We don't complain if we counter stuff with Brawl on board, but that is like the final plan on Brawl. We care more the fact that he has a bigger toughness than power than we do that he lets us loot when we counter.
What are our win cons? Is it
Uh, Triskaidekaphile, the right,
right
Sacred
of
Right,
Sacred
and
Rites?
then potentially Labman if we want to throw in Labman.
All right, I'm just trying to make a way for another card if we need to remove something. Then we might need to like put we might need to take 2 cards out and add Labman. Okay, so Ranger Captain of Eos. This is one that I find kind of iffy, though it's kind of a good all-rounder. It only has it's 1 or less, so we could really get any of our big booty boys and then just have silence on command. It usually gets Esper Sentinel though, for being honest. Didn't
Esper Sentinel, Giver of Runes, or one of the 0 drops.
Is that good
Which
enough for you? It has
honest,
it has less targets than Enlightened Tutor will.
yeah, but it also has a utility outside of Enlightened Tutor.
I didn't
Like
realize
it,
Brawl worked on his glutes. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he does not skip leg day. He is always popping those squats. Trust me.
every day's leg day.
All right, Will. Are we getting rid of Ranger Captain and Enlightened Tutor and putting Labman?
Uh, we
Or
might be able to keep Ranger Captain. We could cut.
what's up with Urza? What's up with Urza? Tell me his story.
He's there as good cost reduction. He is there as another Brawl. He
It's a
is
big
worse Brawl, but he's another Brawl.
big booty boy.
Indeed.
Oh, Eldrazi Displacer. Eldrazi Displacer is the line of play with Peregrine Drake. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
Neither are tutorable. Oh no, Recruiter of the Guard finds oh no, Recruiter of the Guard finds power or toughness? Toughness, right?
Toughness. So Recruiter
Boo.
doesn't find any of the things.
Recruiter
Um,
just finds Displacer Kitten.
yeah, but to be fair, that's really good enough. Finds the best card in our deck that automatically wins the game. Um, we could potentially cut the Urza.
Soul Herder is also just repeatable flicker. Is Soul Herder just better than Kaikar? No. No, it's not. Never mind.
Do we
Kaikar?
remove Touch the Spirit Realm?
It's just there's another form of interaction, but I do feel like we have better.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I was looking at Kaikar Angelus, but I do think Kaikar's very good once we get the ball rolling. It's just very costly.
Yeah, it's Kaikar is there as like a backup displacer kitten. That's really what Kaikar is there for. It's
Yeah.
4 times per rotation instead of unlimited, but that's kind of good enough.
It's slow. Mm.
It is slow, but if we don't find a way to get to Displacer Kitten, it is probably our second best flicker option.
No, I agree. It's actually quite good. It's also a big booty boy.
Indeed. If only he made big booty boys.
We
Why
need
can spirits deal damage?
to. Yeah, right. Ah, damn it. Yeah. Aren't they ethereal? We need to cut one more card for Labman. I do think we need Labman or Jace, but Labman. Charming Prince.
Sure.
I'm less enthused about Charming Prince. I would rather Labman be our Charming Prince.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, so guys, we have just completed what is to be the best Storm Plagon competitive deck there is. Yes, to answer your question, Mindful. This was meant to be a competitive deck. We will see just how competitive it is. Wait, if we're relying on Flicker, do we need Giver? Giver of Runes, I mean.
So Giver of Runes in there is there because it is a big butt card that can defend our other big butt cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to protect those booties from those towel boys, just like flicking the butts. Can't have that.
Mhm.
Not on beach day. The only people that are going to get beached are our opponents. I think we're good. I think this is where I want it to be, and I think we should test it out. All right, guys, let's see if this is any bit good. How about this no lander? Is this keepable? No, I'm sorry, sink into stupor. Yeah, we don't want that. We have City of Traders, Marsh Flats, Razorgrass, Ambush, Command Tower, Force of Will with no blue spells. Huh. I don't think that's good enough.
Probably not.
No. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Path to Exile, Delny, Forbidden Orchard, Ephemerate, Dauntless Dismantler. We can slow roll. We can slow roll into both Ephemerate and Planar Incision. And we have Delny for duplication and Dauntless Dismantler. We'd be drawing 2 at best. But again, this is very slow. No Tax Collector with Delny, Felia, and Kaikar in the deck. The which one? Is this named actually Tax Collector?
Uh, I will say with Dauntless Dismantler and Delny, we will be able to get 4 cards off Lark or Plagon when he enters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's slow, but it's not bad. Like it's definitely enough that we can keep refilling our hands.
Do you want to run Tax Collector? I mean, we were trying to go for a stormy deck. I don't disagree with the fact that it's quite good.
If we were going for stacks, I'd probably consider Tax Collector, but we're trying to go for a more storm version of Plagon.
Not that these hands are showing that it's frankly very possible. Do you want to keep this one though and just try it? Slow roll?
The Delny one, yeah, I'll keep the Delny one.
Okay. Draw card. Psych Rift. We're not gonna put the Forbidden Orchard down. We'll wait. We will play the Plains though and pass from there. We have an Ephemerate. Let's see how useful that is, as well as a Path to Exile. Okay, we have Scalding Tarn. We're gonna crack that right quick and get our Tundra. Shuffle. Dauntless Dismantler.
Yep.
Blip. Do we Delny before we Plagon? Ugh.
Yeah, we do. Just because then it doubles our Plagon ETB.
Yeah, it kind of hurts. Okay, so artifacts enter tapped. Too bad, Dockside. Too bad. Didn't even matter. Okay, moving on. Ornithopter.
That's delightful.
Yeah, should we wait on that or just drop it?
We just jam it. There's no Dockside anymore. We just jam it.
Yeah. I mean, my thought is, who's going to give a shit about removing it unless it's part of some
They killed
ritualistic
Dismantler
sacrifice?
before they kill Ornithopter.
Right. But then there's no Dockside, so why do they even care? No. Hopefully slowing down the game a little bit. We'll put down the Delny, we'll put down the Thopter, and then we'll give up on life because we don't have any fast mana. Is there really nothing for us? No, there's not. Okay, sorry.
I mean, to be fair, if Kennen went for like an early start and we Path to Exile their Kennen turn 1, that does buy us enough time to probably get to a turn 4 game.
True. Sea of Clouds, man. Boop. Play the Sea of Clouds. Okay, we'll play the Plagon. Plagon's good.
Draw 6.
Is that a fact? Jeez.
Yep, it's 3 because he counts himself, and it's double because Delny.
Double because Delny. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. We just pulled Displacer Kitten. I did play my land per turn. I guess I could have waited on the Ancient Tomb, but it's not.
I think we just
better.
hold up mana here, and then we can ephemerate off turn so that we can get past hand size.
Yeah. Right, so we do need to discard down. From
Get rid of our slower flicker stuff. Pretty much just keep Displacer Kitten in interaction. Maybe, yeah, Displacer Kitten in interaction.
Maybe Kaikar as well. We could probably keep Kaikar if possible.
I would consider the Grand Augustine over Kaikar just for their cost reduction, but I think we just keep Displacer Kitten in interaction.
You just want to get rid of Kaikar and Vault Boy. and keep the Ancient Tomb with the blinks and the interaction.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I mean, I feel like I would maybe default to get rid of the land first, just because we're going to draw a bunch, potentially.
But this land is going to ramp us into Displacer Kit, and that's the only reason why I would keep the. That's the only reason why I'd go for the Displacer Kitten or the
I,
Ancient Tomb.
I get you, I get you. All right, let's do the Ephemerate off turn. So flicker the Plagon and draw 3, and then draw 3 more. There's Soul Ring. Okay. And it has a rebound, so we're going to do it again in just a second. Is it on upkeep?
It's upkeep.
Okay, so untap before we draw. We'll Ephemerate if everyone's kosher with that. Someone might try to kill Plagon here, and we could probably Pact of Negation that. I would try to kill Plagon here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if somebody tries killing Plagon here, we could just flicker Plagon here.
yeah, we actually do have two options.
Flickers.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, Flicker of Fate as well. Okay, so let's just say someone tries to kill him here. Kill Plagon here.
Yeah, because we can save Pact of Negation for after we get Displacer Kitten out.
Yeah, just to try to land the Displacer Kitten, frankly. Okay, so we'll do that.
We have a Ancient Tomb and Soul Ring, and then any blue source for Displacer Kitten, and then from there we're getting 2 Displacer Kitten triggers per thing we do, which is gonna flicker Soul Ring. So we're gonna pretty much always have enough colorless for whatever we want to do.
Gonna use Momentary Blink here, and we'll flicker Plagon, draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're gonna get the rebound on Ephemerate. 1, 2, 3.
We'll say it fizzled because they, in response to us targeting with Ephemerate, they killed
or
tried to kill Plagon.
Oh, gotcha,
So
gotcha.
we'll say that the Ephemerate fizzled.
Facts. Well, I mean, yeah, we did have to choose a target. Okay. Let's go. I still think that the Ancient Tomb is best. So do that. Do the Soul Ring.
Yep.
Ooh. What are we casting here?
Literally anything so that we can flicker Plagon and Soul Ring, and then we can cast Felwar Stone, and then we can start flickering Felwar Stone to get pips.
All right. We have Sea of Clouds. So Mystical Tutor.
Yeah, Mystical Tutor works.
Sure.
And then 2 Displacer Kitten triggers because of Delny.
Oh, I forgot about that shit. That's great.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna flicker Plagon and the Soul Ring, right?
Yep.
So do 1, 2, 3, and then get our Soul Ring back, and we will go ahead and Mystical Toot. What do you want to toot? I guess Force of Will.
Yeah. Either Force of Will, Mental Misstep, something that's just going to be a free counter spell.
We should say that we needed to Pact of Negation to keep the cat alive, by the way, just to be clear. I do think someone would have tried. All right. Again, this is all, it is what it is. We're going to put the Felwar Stone on the stack by tapping the Soul Ring. This is what Will was suggesting. And then we sort of just go off. Right? I mean, that's not true.
Yeah.
We don't just win here.
We just win here because we can play all of the flickers from our hand while keeping up mana. Like, Displacer Kitten flickers both of our rocks, and then the flicker spell flickers Plagon. And then we just keep doing that until we find enough creatures that we can play. Then we just vomit out a couple creatures and then keep going until we win.
I mean, this is non-deterministic though, right? So should we just play this out?
Correct, but it's deterministic enough that we probably do get there. Because we haven't hit any fast mana yet, and we're probably going to be hitting fast mana, considering the fact that we're going to be floating a whole bunch of mana and drawing 6 cards every time we play a card, and getting 3 mana every time we play a card.
Right.
But this is Paradox Engine non-deterministic. As long as we are playing the deck with any kind of game plan and making sure we keep track of our mana, we win here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the stages though. We'll do the Cloud Shift. We'll do the Cloud Shift, double float the generic mana, and then we'll do the draw 3, One, two, three. I think I might have missed draw 3 from Delny earlier. We're pretty darn close here, though. I think that we could build up our mana. Oh, Peregrine Drake is right there, but we don't have that as a play option yet. We're just shy.
Uh, yeah, we'll get there though, because we just played two of the other flicker effects, which is
Yeah,
then gonna get us up a generic each time we do that, and then we play Peregrine Drake. Actually,
right.
do we? No, we can do Peregrine Drake. We have an untapped Soul Ring, untapped Fellower Stone, and floating too.
Totally forgot about that. Yeah, we are floating 2 from the last
And
flicker
that
effect.
is going to be a game because now Peregrine Drake is going to make 4 mana every single time we cast a spell. Well, 5, but we're not going to be using Ancient Tomb from here on out, I don't think.
No, 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 no.
Um, but yeah, from here we just go infinite, and that is still non-deterministic, but is so much clearer of a win because saying we make 3 mana every time we cast a spell is different than saying we make 5 or 4 mana and draw 6 cards.
But also we're drawing 8 cards here with Peregrine Drake.
Also, we actually make 8 mana off of Peregrine Drake entering because of Delny.
Oh my god. The 2-3.
We win. We
Yeah,
win.
no, that's pretty nasty. Sorry, this is turn 5 technically. Again, we were slow rolling. You know, we have been deprived of some fast mana, but
If we did Path of Exile turn 1 on either the Rograk Silas player or
right,
the Kennen player, that will usually mean that we get to a turn 4, turn 5 game.
right, provided they didn't have like a mental misstep or something. All right, what are your all fall back under Rule of Law or Hushbringer Doorkeeper board states? We would just need to have the removal or bounce, right?
Well, even against against Doorkeeper Thrall, yeah, we feel bad. We want removal, but against Rule of Law, we're actually kind of fine against Rule of Law because we can just
Yeah.
use our flicker. We can play creatures on our turn and flicker on our opponent's turns. We're fine with that.
I would say we keep this hand if we were on the play. This Mystic Remora 2-lander with Pact of Negation, Recruiter of the Guard, Strict Serenade, and March of Swirling Mist. March of Swirling Mist will be good in those instances where we need to get rid of the enchantment
Do you mean
artifact.
March of Otherworldly Light?
I'm sorry, Otherworldly Light.
Put
Yeah,
some respect on its name.
I mean, I love this card. I use this card.
Indeed.
Let's keep this. Let's just say that with the benefit of the doubt, we're on the play here. Let's go
Even
ahead.
if we're like second, it's good enough.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So we'll do Tundra, we'll do Mystic Remora. If that lands, I'm gonna say we get at least 2 draw here. I don't think I drew a card for turn either. No, I did. No, wait, 1, 2. No, I didn't. And it was Gemstone Caverns. That's always how it works for me.
Indeed.
But we'll draw 2 cards and move on from here. Plenty of land, people. Okay, let's just drop the Sea of Clouds while we still have 2 other opponents and discard a card. I think the worst card here is probably the Gemstone Caverns.
Yeah.
Okay. So off turn, we need to use the Strict Serenade, and that's about it.
Do we pay for Mystic Remora?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Tundra. How many cards would you say we draw off of this second turn? Again,
Probably like 3.
right, this is all pie in the sky, but
Either everybody plays one and we draw cards, like we draw a card off each player, or one guy just says I need to go off and then plays 3 cards in a turn. So probably 3.
So Will, we have an Enlightened Tutor before our draw this turn. Do you want to
Wait, didn't we remove Enlightened Tutor?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm putting Enlightened Tutor on the stack. I'm gonna get a Soul Ring
Yeah,
and
okay.
put that on top. Shuffle, 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 put that on top.
Better
Oh sorry,
to get like freaking Ornithopter at this point. We need stuff from Plagon.
we do need stuff for Plagon. Other than
You know what would be really, really good here, Patrick?
Recruiter of the Guard can fetch it, but what?
Some scuttlebutts.
Stop.
It would actually be really good here.
No, I want this. I want the Soul Ring. We're not paying for the Mystic Remora, but we will do. We'll do the Tarnished Citadel here. Pay the generic for the Soul Ring.
I'm just telling you, Patrick, it'd be really good because then we'd have like 5 creatures in play, Plagon.
So, hello all. Are we dragon storming this creation? God, no. I wish we could though.
Uh, no, we're scuttle storming.
Scuttle
We're gonna.
storming.
I will fight for the right to discard cards to make crab tokens.
I do think we just recruiter of the guard like a big booty warrior.
Yeah, just something that's slightly bigger
Because
than
like
its power. Because it has to be a 1/2 or an 0/2.
right. So it can't be Esper Sentinel. Damn, they've made this extremely fair, Plagon.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do Recruiter of the Guard, and what is our best option here?
Let me pull up the list again.
Get beach slapped. Get beach slapped. I mean, obviously, we would want to use this on Displacer Kitten, but once we get another Flicker effect and like enough mana, we can
Actually,
flicker
do we
it.
use it on Displacer Kitten so that we can Displacer Kitten Recruiter of the Guard to find all of our big booty creatures?
Oh, just next turn. Oh,
Over like the next couple turns, yeah, we just
yeah,
keep
yeah,
flickering
yeah,
the
yeah.
recruiter.
No, that's still the best choice.
Also, we could find Emmercruel's messenger, the one that makes the tokens.
I took that one. I did take that one out.
Oh, it says that's still on the list for some reason.
Nah, you gotta refresh my
Is
server.
it? No, yeah, wait. I literally just loaded it like a second ago, and now with reloading it did remove.
Oh,
Wait,
would
no.
would you rather Soul Herder or this? Yeah, Mateus, we're on Soul Herder. By the way. But if you're tuning in late, thank you for joining us. Feel free to leave this video with a like if you're enjoying it so far, and obviously follow along with the list. If you have any suggestions on how you would change this deck, let us know. This is meant to be a Storm list. We're not getting very lucky with the fast mana, but we're trying to make it work. How well can you control the number of cards in our hand? Because I just realized we viably run Triskaidekaphile as an alt win con, and she didn't skip leg day. No.
Yeah, we have Triskaidekaphile in the list for that reason.
I do think that it's a realistic alt win. How well can we control the cards in our hand? I mean, like a March of Otherworldly Light will just let us exile X amount of white cards, right? Like there's and the thing that says let us discard cards, the
yeah,
blessed
leave the right.
Yeah, there's just that too.
Sacred rights.
Sacred rights will let us discard any number of cards, so we can get right there. If we didn't want to try to win through combat,
we can get right there.
So anyways.
Did you even intend to do that?
No, I didn't. Sometimes the puns, they come to me. Do you guys prefer Soul Herder or Displacer Kitten?
Soul Herder is less egregious. I think people will let Soul Herder slide more than Displacer Kitten.
Or Kaikar?
Oh, we can't get Kaikar.
Oh, fuck yeah, you're right.
3/4.
Okay, we're on the Herder. Next turn. Okay, Fierce Guardianship. We just Soul Herder here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We'll use that for generic. We'll use that and we'll use that. Kitten is better, says Mateus, if you had mana to get Soul Herder. We have mana to play Kitten right now. It's just that I'm with Will. I think it is egregious. I don't know. You could flicker on end stuff.
People are not going to let Displacer Kitten stand. In worst case scenario, we use Soul Herder and get Displacer like next turn. But I honestly think it's better to just use Soul Herder to get out other big booty things like Drannith.
Yep.
Sorry, we can't get Drannith off of it, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, no, we should get like Shield Sphere, Ornithopter, or whatever.
Ornithopter of Paradise might be one of the better options that we can grab.
Yeah. I like that one.
It is a dork.
Ornithopter of Paradise, and we'll pitch the island at end of turn. We still have Sink into Stupor if we need it. All right, we're just holding the Tarnished Citadel. We have a Chain of Vapor.
I think instead of Shield Sphere, we probably get Giver of Runes because it lets us protect Displacer Kitten when we do actually find Displacer Kitten.
I did Ornithopter of Paradise here.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Paradise, Ornithopter of Paradise with Soul Ring. Okay, next turn. Let's say we had to use the Chain of Vapor off turn. Not great is what it is. Okay.
To be fair, this Storm deck is still actually doing what Storm decks do, because a lot of Storm decks will just defend for a while and then eventually go boom, 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 boom game. So this is still a Storm deck,
Yeah,
just one of the slower ones.
we're not winning that effectively though. If you were to get Grand Abolisher, and Grand Abolisher's not in this version of the list, but you could add it. You could add it. We're gonna put the Saphiric Springs in play. Let's go ahead and put the Shield Sphere. I mean, we could do the Ornithopter and Plagon, so why don't we?
I like that. We do Ornithopter, Shield Sphere, Plagon, draw 2, and then we flicker and get cat.
Draw 3, technically.
Oh, 3. Yeah, I forgot Plagon counts himself.
So yeah, we've got 1 mana open, draw 3 if this is Kosh. Flare of Denial, hell yes. And Mox Diamond once we've gotten rid of all of our lands, great. Yeah, but yeah, I'm with you, Will. I don't think we want to flicker Plagon here. We will use Recruiter of the Guard again. Recruiter, I mean, God, man. Thanks for leaving it. Yeah, we'll get the kitten. I'd go get Mockingbird and copy Soul Herder. You know what we're not running? Any of the clone effects. And I do think that there is place for them here. All right. Do you want to get rid of the Mox Diamond here? What are we pitching?
Mox Diamond's gonna be fast mana. I think it's probably March.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it's the weakest link here. There's just not enough for. I mean, like, and then, well, no, we have Resculpt. We've got options. All right. Off turn, Will. Let's say we need to Fierce Guardianship. And Flare of Denial only's got one option.
That's got 2. We could kill our commander and replay our commander.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope that we didn't have to do that. Ornithopter's not online yet, so Resculpt's not online. Okay, next turn. We've got Cloud Shift and a Kitten. Man, we're gonna get those lands. How do you want to start those? Because we could frankly Flare of Denial here, should we need to, and still probably be good.
Yeah, we can displace our kitten to start, and then I think we do Cloud Shift targeting Recruiter of the Guard. Cloud Shift targeting our commander, and then displace our kitten on Recruiter of the Guard. Doesn't really matter. Either one's doing the same thing.
Do you want to grab? Are you trying to grab Delny? What are you trying to grab with Recruiter here?
Well, we need to target something with a Cloud Shift if we wanted to Cloud Shift, and Recruiter is just the best option. Or 2 things are getting flickered because we can't target the same thing with both. So Recruiter is the optimal.
You don't want to flicker the Soul Ring?
Yeah, we could. Throw down the Arcane That is the better option. That's the better option. You're right.
We're not going to flicker the Ornithopter of Paradise. And I don't think I'm going to use it here either. But we'll cast the Displacer Kitten with this, and the Saphiric Springs.
Soul Ring is the best option. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, thank God for that Enlightened tutor. We're gonna do what you said. We'll Cloud Shift here. We're gonna Cloud Shift the whatever with the Ornithopter, and we will target Plagon with that.
Displacer Kitten targets the Soul Ring. Cloud Shift targets the Plagon.
Yeah. We'll do that. And Displacer Kitten happens first, and then we get our Cloud Shift to go off. We draw 1, 2, 3 cards. Just 3. We have a land that can't be pitched to Mox Diamond, so that might be our land per turn. We've got Split Up, which is just a great card, but we're going to cast Arcane Signet, I think, to continue the line. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you guys running Isochron Dematic combo in here? For infinite mana?
We are not.
I don't know if we need it. But yeah, it does exist, and I don't... We're not running it, though. Yet. We could, though. Couldn't we muddle that mixture and get it?
We could do Muddle the Mixture. Muddle the Mixture also probably has a bunch of other good tutor targets in our deck.
Right. That is a card I'm going to say neglected, but we just didn't incorporate. If you guys don't know what Muddle the Mixture is, I'm sure you do. Okay, so we're going to start with Arcane Signet, I think. Displacer Kitten wants to bounce Plagon here. Yeah, I think so. So we'll draw 3. We have our command tower. Okay. So this is good. We could probably pitch the command tower to the Mox Diamond. You know, I mean, we don't have to, but it is the most mana efficient way to continue this line of play.
Is there any creatures that we can play yet before we
Not well, no, no. Oh, give her
Mox?
runes. Give her runes.
Yeah, we can give her runes first so that we're drawing 4 now.
Right. And now we're good to continue. So let's go ahead and Mox Diamond, and I'll pitch the command tower. Mox Diamond triggers the cat. The cat is going to flicker Plagon. So we'll draw 4. So many lands now. Great. So Witch Enchanter can stay. Witch Enchanter doesn't have a big booty, but that's okay. We still like Witch Enchanter. We also have Ledger Shredder, which is kind of dead to us. I feel like we could probably pitch Ledger Shredder for Mockingbird. I kind of like Mockingbird a little bit more. Potentially. We'll piece that together later. What's our land per turn, Will? Do you want to just use Marsh Flats?
We can probably use Marsh Flats to filter through our deck a bit more.
What is the
Hollow
Azorius?
Fountain?
Hollowed Fountain. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay. So we have 4 mana floating. What do we want to play here? I guess we just like resculpt a target. That's kind of the best option. If we split up and we kill our poor Ornithopter. I don't know, man. We'll just threaten someone's like big whatever. Oh, we considered Preston since he's running. Oh, Preston the Vanisher. We did not consider Preston the Vanisher. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't cast, create a 0/1 copy of that creature.
It's kind of a 4 mana Delney a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like there's some utility to it, but
All right, we're just trying to storm here. So really,
I think that we might flicker Recruiter of the Guard to try to find Delney, then play Delney and go off of that. But we'd have to do some weird stuff to do that and still have the mana. I think
that's a lot. That's a lot of That's a lot of not math. It's a lot of mana.
We'd need to cast a spell, which would then give us exactly enough for Delney, but then we need 1 mana to cast a spell after that, and then that would mean that we need to flicker a Mana Rock at some point, which then means that we need to like Pact of Negation our own thing. So that's dumb and a headache.
I mean, I could just Pact of Negation. I could Path to Exile something and just run out Pact of Negation on that and get 2 triggers right there.
Probably better to just keep straight up storming right now.
Yeah. So we'll Path to Exile one of our opponent's creatures. If they waste a counter or do whatever on it, that's great. We're gonna Plagon again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, do we Plagon or do we search? No, we only have 3 mana.
Our search target is really just Delney, that or cost reduction thing, but it's just Grand Arbiter. Oh no, Grand Arbiter is not a target. So it would just really be Delney.
Let's go for 4. What we really need is another bounce effect, and we just got 2. And a Mystical Tutor.
A Peregrine Drake is another good one.
Oh, Peregrine Drake would be great. We are just deficient on the mana right now, but we did just get Ephemerate. So what we can do with Ephemerate is target Plagon, and then Recruiter can be targeted as well. We can use we'll use Ephemerate on Recruiter, and we'll use Kitten on Soul Ring, and that'll give us the mana for Drake.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
so
Delney, because the Drake can't be searched.
I thought it was a 2/3.
It's a 2/3. Yeah. So we can't search.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry. Cloud of Fairies is also dope. Yeah, I was thinking about Cloud of Fairies. We didn't add it though. But it only untaps 2 Cloud of Fairies with Flicker.
If we do the search and then we flicker Recruiter of the Guard, we can find Delny, and then any cast is just going to be nuts because it's going to double Displacer Kitten and it's going to double Plagon.
Yeah, no, that's what we need to do. So that's the setup here to continue this line of play. We flicker the Soul Ring to be able to free cast or Delny here.
Do we have a spell that we can cast to keep going after this? Yeah, Mystical Tutor. Yeah, so we should be good.
Right. So we go Delny. And now we need to cast, because I used the Mox Diamond for the Ephemerate. It technically has Rebound, but we're trying to win here, so we'll see what happens. All right, let's go Mystical Tutor. We have multiple triggers on the stack, so let's do the copy of Displacer Kitten's effect. It's going to target Plagon, right?
Yeah, it's one's targeting a rock, one's targeting Plagon.
Right, so we'll just bounce the Arcane Signet. You're running out of mana, though. Yeah, no, we are. I mean, the Mystical Tutor is going to find what for us? Another Flicker effect?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we're going to draw how many cards here? I think the same amount. 4, 8? 2, 3, 4.
Do we need to do something with Mystical Tutor on the stack, actually? Like, do we need to counterspell our own Mystical Tutor or something to keep going?
No, I mean, we could Pact of Negation the Mystical Tutor here, and then that will put 2 more triggers on the stack. But what would those triggers be?
Plagon again, and then another Mana Rock.
But wouldn't that negate the...
Because I'd rather, like, lose whatever we're top deck tutoring than, like, stop our turn right there.
Does that not fizzle the initial Flicker target because it's a new instance?
No. It's so all of the flickering resolves. Mystical Tutor is the only thing on the stack now.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, I think the better answer to that question is what do we draw first? So let's see that. So we'll use the 2 triggers here. We get 1 Arcane Signet back, and then we get Plagon trigger, and Plagon's gonna do the thing twice because of Delny, and we're gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We pulled a Momentary Blink and a Force of Negation. I mean, honestly, we could... Ooh, no. We don't have any 1-cost flickers here. So, yeah, I do think that we're going to want to Pact of Negation the Mystical Tutor. Obviously, we could just get a 1-cost flicker this way, but...
And before Pact of Negation resolves, we can also Flusterstorm it if we don't have to pay for Pact.
Which is just more triggers. Is that what you want to do?
Honestly, we can literally just play every single 1-cost counter spell from our hand right now to just Flicker Storm if we really want. But
let's try it. Because I mean, we get the triggers first, so we're gonna use Pact of Negation on Mystical Tutor.
Let's float a blue, I guess, a blue off of the Mana Rock before we flicker it.
Right. So yeah, I mean, we could even go for the Soul Ring technically if we wanted to, but also, is there an instance where we can put Ornithopter into play? Not really.
Not.
Yeah, Force of Negeg, Pitching Ledger, but Force of Negation's off turn, right? Yeah.
Force of Negation's off turn. If you want, we can do Soul Ring, and then we can float mana, and then we can play Ornithopter and Momentary Blink.
I like that. So let's do... Okay, so Pact of Negation, we're going to do this and Flicker Plagon. We'll bring back the Soul Ring first, and then Plagon's going to draw us cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's a Force of Will, so we can actually counter the Pact of Negation should we like. Pitching something. So how about we do Force of Will, pitching the Psychrift? I mean, we have so many options.
Leisure Shredder. We're not playing Leisure Shredder.
Yeah. So we'll Force of Will the Pact of Negation, and then we get 2 more triggers. We are going to, before that resolves, we'll tap Arcane Signet to generate mana, and we'll float a blue, and then we'll do Plagon again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I will also say there's not really any good recruiter targets if you wanted to flicker recruiter for anything.
Not at this point, right? I think we just keep using our counters as was suggested. So we have a blue floating. Do we have any more free spells? Give me 1 second.
We do have Lotus Petal now, and we can cast a flicker spells on Plagon and then flicker 2 rocks instead of doing the other way. So I think we're in a good spot to just
Yeah.
do the thing.
I think I saw Cloud Shift here. Do we just want to let all this resolve and then proceed?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because then we can play out creatures as well, which I think is good for us.
So Mystical Tutor resolves, and we grab... I don't know.
Flicker, any flicker.
Cloud Shift still in there. Hold Essence Flux is still in there. Okay, we'll grab Essence Flux to the top. Sorry, Essence Flux to the top. Shuffle. Okay, let's do our creatures first. I saw the Ornithopter.
I think we do Ornithopter and Baral, probably.
Yeah, where is
And
Brawl?
then we can cast Lotus Petal to go.
Where is Brawl? There it is. Okay.
Only orange card.
We've got a blue floating, and we will
do we have
use the...
Is that a Phyrexian Walker in hand? Looks like it.
Sorry, yeah, we have a generic floating now, and we will cast the Phyrexian Walker. Yes, that is a Phyrexian Walker. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's it for our free spells. Sorry, this is... I'm enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying this. This is kind of a fun puzzle to solve. It's working. I could tell you that much. We're probably going to close it out with this last game, though. This will go a while, but I think we're going to win here. We'll do Lotus Petal.
We're drawing 14 off of casting any non-creature.
Is that it?
Yeah. So
well, and we're untapping what here?
Yeah. So we're going to. Honestly, I don't think we need to do the draw here. I think we need the mana more. But there's only we untap Soul Ring and the Arcane Signet.
Right. So we'll float. We have a generic floating right now, and we have a blue floating for the Essence Flux. Let's just say untap. So we have a generic and a blue floating. It could be a generic and a white as well, because we have Flicker of Fate and
Momentary
Blink. There it is.
We can just cast Momentary right now, and I think that's fine.
Yeah, we'll do Momentary Blink, and this is going to target Plagon, and then we will have Displacer Kitten tap and untap these. So we have 2 generic, and we'll just give ourselves another white for the Flicker of Fate. Plagon's going to draw, I'm sorry, how many cards?
14. 7 in each trigger. 14 in total. Meaning
Okay.
we can cast 2 or get 2 Plagon flickers, and we'll have 6 cards remaining in the deck exactly.
Right. We have Labman. At a certain point, we're gonna want to play the Labman.
We can tutor for Labman with our recruiter.
Oh no, we have him. We have him right now.
Okay. Then with sufficient mana and fast mana in hand, we can we can play Drake, get a crap ton of mana, and then play Labman, play literally anything, win the game.
Right. Where is the Drake? I mean, I just saw it.
It's like second to last card in hand. Very right.
Soul Partition. Yeah. No, Soul Partition is a worthy inclusion, and it's also good temporary removal for our opponents. I don't disagree with Soul Partition. We can tweak it really quick before we close this one out. I like this deck. Sorry. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I do think we close this out by using the Drake. Drake's also going to add to our draw count, which is going to make it, instead of 14, 15, 16, 16. Jesus.
Yeah.
And Baral, I'm sorry, we did play Baral first, so technically we have more floating generic than we had accounted for. But yeah, Will's right. Just play to Drake to give us mana, and then play out the Labman and just
Labman or Rights or Triskaidekaphile, whatever you want to end it on.
Oh yeah, where's Triskaidekaphile and Right? Hold up. I don't think we have Rights in our hand yet. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's a fun win, though. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and walk this back to the deck. What were we talking about that were the inclusions, I think?
Cloud of Fairies was one. Another one was Grand Abolisher, I think.
Is Cloud of Fairies really... Is Cloud of Fairies really worth it, though? 2 for 1/1 untap 2 lands?
So it's if we have the whole combo with Displacer Kitten and Delny in play,
searchable.
We flicker Plagon and Cloud Fairies.
Yeah. And we could even use our lands like Ancient Tomb and stuff to...
It is probably better than Peregrine Drake at that point, just due to the fact that it's easier to get out.
Is it better
even
than...
if it's not a big butt?
I mean, would you rather get rid of Ornithopter of Paradise for that? Just have both Peregrine Drake and that? Or is that Or is Peregrine Drake cuttable in your mind?
I think Peregrine Drake's probably more cuttable, but honestly, I don't hate Peregrine Drake.
Kind of like it.
Leisure Shredder probably stays just because it's a really good early play.
With
Um,
Sunscape familiar, you go infinite. Do we?
uh,
What's going infinite? Who's going infinite?
with Cloud Fairies untapping 2 and Sunscape doing a cost reduction and making
Oh,
Cloud Fairies cost 1, or is he just referring to us casting like
no, no,
Storm
no,
Knob?
no. No. I mean, I think so far as our storm is concerned, we're going up. Play Palancron. It's too far.
We
um,
we don't hit enough lands for Palancron.
I
We
will.
hit enough lands for Peregrine Drake, but
All right, what are we cutting for these cards, and then we can close this one out and count it a success. I would say this was successful,
uh,
but we
yeah,
could talk about it
this
in a
is good.
second.
Um,
Split up is still good in my mind. I think we could take Winds of Abandon out. Is that weird? No, do we need?
we can probably cut Winds of Abandon. It's not bad, but it's not like we can probably cut Strict Serenade. I feel like Strict Serenade is one of the more
Easier
finicky
ones.
counter spells.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. We'll keep Winds of Abandon for just a hot second. Because we do need a certain threshold of these creatures for this deck to be effective. Ledger Shredder. Let's go. Sorry.
We're keeping Leisure Shredder.
I just got it. Do you want it?
You fool. It's definitely good enough. It's one of the just generically good creatures for blue. Also,
Yeah.
we may want Polywog Prodigy in the deck because it's another big butt creature that draws cards occasionally.
Mm, where are you? I think that's sort of win more in the same sense of Dowerport Mage. Oh, you should be on Intruder Alarm? I don't know.
We don't have creatures that tap for anything.
No. Other than the Ornithopter, that is. No, we want creatures that flicker and have effect. I'm not gonna lie, with Displacer Kitten, I don't feel like Felidar Guardian is a bad idea still. It's
I
just
don't think
costly.
we don't really need Felidar Guardian because we can't search it out easily, and it by itself doesn't do like a ton.
No.
Uh,
Is Mockingbird the best copy effect?
let's cut Eldrazi Displacer.
Yeah, there was never really a moment where I was thinking we need to aim for it.
Like there is not a single moment where I was like, oh yeah, let's play Eldrazi Displacer is good, or man, let's tutor for Eldrazi Displacer, try to find Eldrazi Displacer.
Yeah, there's always better options.
Yeah.
Is Peregrine Drake cuttable now?
Uh, it's probably cuttable. I don't hate it, but it is like a 5 mana card, which can sometimes be hard to get there.
It's hurting our Adnos. Yeah. I think that's it. Grand Abolisher is too expensive. Grand Abolisher? Do you mean Grand Arbiter? Grand Arbiter is a cost reducer. I don't disagree. It is kind of up there. Like Sunscape Familiar might be like the end of the. I mean, it's Sunscape's only two, right?
I think Urza is probably the highest that we'd ever go for that, but I think we can cut Arbiter.
Urza's not even as good though. Like I would rather reduce the cost of blue cards. I would
Well, I
rather
mean, like
reduce. Well,
so Urza just doesn't reduce the cost of creatures. That's like the one major thing Urza doesn't do.
right. So Arbiter does. They're both searchable technically, and Arbiter is stacks for our opponent as well as cost
Neither
reduction.
is searchable. Neither is searchable.
I keep thinking we have.
I know.
Um,
You'd think the white one cares about having smaller attack creatures, and the red one would care about having bigger attack creatures with less health, but
right.
no.
Imperial Recruiter. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, we can get rid of Grand Arbiter. I don't mind that. I do like.
It's either Arbiter or Urza, one or the other.
I don't really like Urza either, though.
Let's
Frankly.
cut Urza then. I think Arbiter has like a little bit more utility with the fact that it also stacks people out.
Right. I mean, I
It's better
honestly,
tempo play.
I feel like we could take them both out and put in the Grim Monolith. Like when we were storming, I feel like having only 10 rocks was not enough.
I'd like having pip rocks over having colorless rocks. Do we have every pip rock we can though?
No, we don't have. See what I don't like the filter
Talisman.
ones. No, we don't have the talisman, but I don't like the talisman. Kaikar is also sus.
Kaikar is good.
Uh,
I stand by Kaikar.
it's just that it's reusable on every turn. Basically, it
It's
is a slow bounce. Yes,
it's budget Displacer Kitten, but Displacer Kitten is so insane that a budget one shines through.
I don't disagree that it is a little sus. It just didn't cost. Like, what is a better alternative to that? What did you feel like we were lacking in those games that could help us?
It was really just mana.
So I feel like the Grim Monolith is still good, man. Let me
Yeah,
let me throw that.
we can put in Grim Monolith because we do have like everything. Like Grim Monolith and Talisman, I'd say put both of those in and we're happy.
You want to add the We need to cut one more card to allow for the um talisman. Delny does not trigger it twice. Oh.
I mean, yeah, but
is it budget
just
Displacer Kitten if it doesn't combo with Delny? No, I guess not. I guess you're right. Polywog is good. Polywog a cracker. All right, do you want to cut Kaikar for Polywog? Because like,
yeah, I cut Kaikar for Polywog because Polywog gives us draw and hopefully finds us into other stuff. So I'm fine with that.
oh, we need to cut one more card. So Polywog and Talisman need to go in.
For Talisman,
I don't really want to cut Winds of Abandon just because it's a flexible mass removal, but do we need a flexible mass removal?
I'm
It's only on the chopping block in my mind because it's slow and Split Up is just a better card.
are we okay with cutting Philia the dog?
The slow bounce.
Yeah, the like worse Soul Shepherd, but 2 mana Soul Shepherd or Soul Herder.
Soul Herder, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine cutting Philia.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do that and put the tally in Polywog. Yeah, I mean, more draw doesn't hurt, and I think that Polywog is kind of the right draw for the deck, so. Polywog
Right.
Prodigy, and what is the Talisman? Talisman of what?
Uh,
Wait, don't tell me, don't tell me.
I
Progress is
think
like
it's like N
Selesnya.
something.
Impulse? That's, no, that's Is it, for
Not Impulse,
sure.
IN.
Indulgence. No,
Maybe?
I don't remember.
I'm looking it up because I'm curious. Oh, it's a P.
It's a P word?
Yeah.
Prudence?
Correct
Progress?
second word, but wrong third.
I
Or
thought
correct second letter, but wrong third letter.
I thought progress would be. I really thought progress would be the Selesnya one. Wow, we've made no progress.
Selesnya's Unity.
Dismantler is not on theme. It doesn't further your game plan. I mean, what is going to?
It's just a big booty card that can slow down the game a little bit, so it works for Plagon. It's honestly every single game we had Dismantler, and I'm happy with having Dismantler. I've not had a game where Dismantler seemed like it was bad. I like it.
Oh, it's certainly never bad. It's just does it do enough? I get that it's the fact that you have to sacrifice it to do the thing removes it as a draw option for Plagon. So I can understand where it's kind of counterintuitive to the deck, but I do think it's one of the better. God, it's one of the better white cards in recent day. I feel like Preston should be in here.
So Preston is kind of a win more card because Preston is only good in the deck once we have
Setup.
Flickers going, which basically makes Preston a second Delny for the deck, but also kind of worse because it's not doubling Displacer Kitten, it's only doubling our commander.
Yeah. What is the roaming throne?
The Roaming Throne would not be good in here only
Mm,
because there's no overlap between Delny and our commander, so we'd either name Human or
yeah.
Scout, or we'd name Wizard or Starfish.
It's also a 4/4. I mean, Delny, the beauty of that card is the fact that it's searchable. Like, it's very easy to find for us,
It
and
is 3 mana.
it's so good. It works really well in this deck. I mean, it obviously plays. I mean, is there another Delny style effect we want to incorporate to work with Displacer and Plagon? Is there like a
No.
what's it called? It's not. Is it Panharmonicon? Is that the?
Enharmonicon is double ETBs.
I mean, that's just another option for Enlightened Tutor, but it's cost 4.
It's not that great. There's not really a good option. The Elish Norn is maybe another decent one, but even then.
Yeah, Eleanor Norn's 5, not searchable. Eleanor Norn's a little slow. Is Spellseeker worth it? Spellseeker to find flicker effects? Honestly, maybe.
Not bad.
Just because we can
Um,
flicker it and then keep going.
yeah, because we can use it with Displacer Kitten to find flicker effects to
Right.
just do the thing.
I
So
was
it's not
thinking
bad.
I was thinking of Stranic Res as well. Copy triggered ability control. It does cost 2 though. I feel like Panharmonicon's better than that.
I feel like we found a good line for the deck, though. I think our adjustments are good.
Do you want Seeker in here?
Uh,
We were never deficient on mana.
Honestly, we've just been trying to find creatures the whole time. We haven't really creatures and mana rocks. We haven't really been trying to find specific spells for the deck, so I don't think we need Spellseeker.
I do like having Spellseeker out there just as a Flare of Denial target.
I mean,
She
yeah, but
can't find it, but
you can have
she
like a million different things as a Flare of Denial target.
how
You've
many blue creatures do we actually have? Let's be honest.
like
One
7.
Mockingbird, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with Plagon. So
Enough.
is that enough for Flare of Denial? I guess so. Yeah,
I
I
think
guess
people
so.
say like the number. People say the number is like 6, from what I've heard. But yeah. So I think we're fine.
I do think that Peregrine Drake is somewhat flexible in the list. You could potentially take that out, though it is quite good, especially in tandem with things like Sunscape Familiar. Okay, let's talk about the deck. There's a lot going on with this list, and I do think that what we created here is actually quite good. You need there's a lot of moving parts. This is not a simple list. I think if you were to, we went for a Storm deck that wants to play for a win on turn efficiently. I think you could easily tweak this and make this a slower, grindier deck, which might, incorporate the Prestons of the world or some slower flicker effects that just let us get value while we lay the board with stacks, control the game, and then go for a slower win. I almost feel like Plagon might be better that way because they're a
I'd
better,
agree.
you're right, they're a better Storm list. I think we can agree
Yeah,
with that.
well, a lot of storm lists that are more common do kind of just play slow control until they pivot into do storm and then win. So this is a very traditional storm deck in the sense that you're
Hmm.
trying to stop people from winning until you hit your critical mass and then win. I think going for a Staxier version of the deck is probably correct. I don't know if we'd run rule of laws and stuff like that, but just saying we want to slow down the game so that we can consistently get it to turn 5 is probably the way to go.
Yeah, Orcish Bowmaster kind of screws us, by the way. So Angelus's argument for Preston is that it has a big butt, makes big butts. Does it make big butts? It does
Oh, ones.
technically, and can exile some threats like the One Ring in the Bowmaster.
So the reason why Preston is bad though is the thing you want to make, the thing that you're making copies of is pretty much only ever Plagan. And because of legend rule, you have to sacrifice either Plagan or the token copy. But if you sacrifice the original, then you can't flicker the original anymore, so you're not getting more of the tokens. If you
Mhm.
sacrifice the token, you're never getting enough where you can exile something. On top of that, like yes, he makes big butt stuff, but he's the exact same as Panharmonicon. The thing that you're using Preston for is flicker Plagan, get another Plagan, get 2 Plagan ETB triggers. So Preston is just Panharmonicon.
Is Sacred Rites worth it?
I think Sacred Rites is worth it because it is by itself a win con. The reason why it's so good is you can just use Sacred Rites, discard pretty much everything in your hand, then use Plagon on 3, 4 things, and then punch people and kill people.
Also, could the blue and white elemental free spells? Oh, what's
The evoke
the
ones.
right? Like Solitude and yeah, I'm with you.
Do or whatever the other one is, yeah.
I don't disagree that Tax Collector is a good card. Mindful. We can take a look at it again.
If you went for a Staxier version of the deck, I'd probably go for
I
Tax Collector.
and I would say that is again the better version of the deck. So like if we were to revisit this, I would probably put Tax Collector in here. But to read your comment, is overlooked because if you play if your play style is Flicker and Storm like you just did, you can essentially lock out the board from countering your spells when it enters the battlefield. Bearing in mind, this is specifically if we Flicker Tax Collector, which I don't know that we have room to do, right? Because what the issue was is what you noticed there is that we were kind of deficient on mana going into our turns. Like we didn't have the right amount of reduction to make spells free. We did need to make mana to where I do think that what you were suggesting with Isochron Scepter might make sense, but it's just like another element we need to find way for. I don't hate. I think that this just lends itself to being a slower deck that does exactly what we did, but like by turn 5 to 7. I don't know.
I don't even know if it goes like 5 to 7. I think it's
Maybe
going to
later.
be like 1 turn slower.
Yeah.
Than what we did.
The additional cost.
It's like a turn 5 to 6 probably.
You can lock down Kinnan from his activation.
Oh yeah, the detain.
Yeah, detain is pretty sick. Yeah.
The detain on Tax Collector is honestly the real reason why it's really good because it turns all of your flicker effects into counter spells and stifles.
Yeah. That's actually kind of gnarly, right? Like it gives you the excuse to run stifle. These go well with flicker effects. The your evokers. How does that delayed trigger work? Let me just read this.
You get 2 ETB triggers, one that says sack it, one that says do the actual ETB. So you can stack it however you want, then flicker it. When it comes in the second time, it won't evoke.
Right. But how does that condition work? Is it wait.
If you play it for its evoke cost, it will sacrifice on ETB. So if you flicker it, then it comes back in and stays in.
How does that read though? In evokes reminder text. How is that worded? When this
you may play the spell for its evoke cost, but when it enters the battlefield, you must sacrifice it.
When it enters the battlefield. So there's a trigger that goes on the stack. Okay.
Correct.
So then you can flicker it. Okay. I thought it was just like a replacement and like it just goes.
No.
Right. So evoke with flicker. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. I mean, what is the blue one? It's
counter a creature or planeswalker and put it on top of the deck.
Oh, I like that. That's actually really dope.
We can cut like probably Swords to Plowshare and then
okay. We're gonna add 2 more cards here. So I do want to do Solitude, and you pulled the cool one. You pulled the cool version of the blue one. What's it called? Subdue? What is the name of the blue one?
Something like that.
Yeah, I just want to put that in here, and I think we're good. Subtlety. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I do like these. I am gonna say though that I think that this is probably clearly a better removal option in the slower version of the deck because I think our flicker effects are going to be reserved for Plagon. But okay, you know what? Actually, on that note, I'm just gonna put these on the sideboard and just suggest you put that in the other version. I do think though that they make sense. Yes, I do think that they kind of want to be in this deck. And I would love to actually just revisit this maybe separately to make that version. But guys, that's the deck as it is. Thoughts?
I think it did well. Like honestly, it was a little bit slow, but we had so much interaction every single time that we could slow down the game. So I think it probably was able to get there on each of the games that we did actually get there. Um, it did well. I think that being able to buy time to build a bigger board will lend the deck a higher win rate. So
Yeah.
slower might be better.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it just has raw card advantage on its side. And I think in the alternative version, when you take out some of the like the chumps, like the shield spheres and the ornithopters, and you put in like actual hate bears that are also netting us draw, I think it's going to be a little bit more effective. You might include one or two of those, but there might not really be room for them. I think Ornithopter of Paradise probably gets the axe. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a different beast, a slightly slower one, but I think it's going to be more effective for it, because those coupled with any sort of our interaction suite is going to do a lot of work. But Plagon was super fun, dude. If you do the thing, cool. If I do what thing? Oh, the Plagon thing?
It do the thing, yeah.
Oh, if you do the thing, yeah.
No, it do the thing.
It did do the thing, for sure.
Indeed.
So, does this deck beach slap, Will? That's the question.
Yes, indeed. We never did the sacred rites to punch somebody for 40 thing, but it do beach slap.
Yeah, Sacred Rites will probably go in the Hate Bear version.
I think it goes in both versions because honestly, it's just a one card win con if you draw enough of your deck in one go.
Right.
Because you'll just go, okay, like 50, 60 cards in hand.
Provided you had the
Boom.
bodies. Provided you had the bodies.
Yeah.
I don't know when it, like, if you're storming effectively, I don't know when that becomes your option as opposed to Trisket. Well, Trisket Decaphile doesn't quite work.
It's upkeep win on Trisket
Yeah.
Decaphile. It's most wins are going to be Lab Man, some wins are going to be Rights, then the additional wins are going to be Trisket Decaphile. But Trisket Decaphile is also there as just a big body that says no max hand size, which is really good.
Anyway, gang, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed Plagon. We can definitely.
And next week we might be building elf, mono green elf with all
Hell
those
yes.
bounce combos.
Can we look
I
at
think
that
that's
really
what you said we may do next.
I mean, I've never built Elf Ball. I just want to start there. I've never done any elf themed deck. What's its name again?
I will need to look that up because I don't know
it's
off the top of my head.
it's okay. It's okay. I got you. Okay.
The deck is.
Wait, I
can't. Oh, it's the anime Weeb one. Sorry.
Wait, set number.
Jumpstart.
No, not set number. Release date. Release date.
Uh,
Dionys, Elvish Archdruid. All right, guys. Join us next week for Dionys, Elvish Archdruid. I actually think that this will be a very fun mono green deck. As we talked about it, it progressively sounded better in our heads. So I'd like to be right, but I think that's what we're probably gonna do next week.
Because I also had like a realization with this commander of like, oh yeah, no, this commander is not 4 mana. This commander is probably free. Because if you're just doing all of the ramp in the world, you tap your lands, play Dionys, then tap all your elves for like 4 or 5 mana and immediately untap them. So you're up a mana by playing your commander.
Dude. Yeah, I'm kind of stoked for this. I think the play lines are going to be like Priest of Titania and what is it, the Temur Sabertooth. There's plenty of creature combos that get you there. The question is this better than running, Savala or just any of the alternative green decks like Shaya? It'll be fun to find out. I do think that this has legs though, and so far as elf decks are concerned, this is probably one of the cooler elves commanders. Again, I've never built Elf Ball. I guess this would be considered Elf Ball. Concordant Crossroads goes crazy in this deck. I think so. I do think so.
With Dionys, like, do you even need Concordant to Crossroads is the question, because you just have enough dorks, then start doing the Temur Sabertooth thing and make all of your dorks into infinities. It just kind of gets there by itself.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Do we, you know what, we'll talk about it when we talk about it later.
Indeed.
But I do think there's legs on this elf. Potentially 2 sets of legs. Like some of the unicorns from this set.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That extra third pair of legs.
But yeah, we'll see you next week. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave it a like. It goes a long way. If you want to build this deck, feel free to pick up those cards from the TCG player link down below. It helps. Trust me, it helps. Or if you want to buy one piece, because treat yourself.
If you want to hop into our chats and talk about other dumb decks and brew stuff with us, join the Discord.
Yeah. That link should be active for you. Card draw is the issue with green. Yeah, it always has been. I think that the +1/+1 counters might actively help, though, with some of the draw of power.
Always has been.
It always has been. Yeah, I mean, that's what Savala was really cool for. The fact that she lets everyone draw a group hug. She lets everyone draw, but it's usually just you. It's usually just you.
I think Dynus is hopefully going to be able to get around that by just saying find a creature tutor, win the game.
Yeah, Dynus is only once per turn for that creature. Yes, but
Yeah,
this
but
is on the initial instance. Look, not every card could read like the fucking bird. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
got to do it twice. Do it twice.
Dynus did say twice per turn. Oh yeah, you know how you have those 4 dorks in play? Yeah, you play Dynus and you go up to 8 mana instead of to 4 mana.
Anyway, guys. Oh, should we do Sprout Sire at some point too?
We can do that as a casual deck. That'd be a fun casual build.
I feel like you've definitely done this. Anyway, guys, we'll see you. We'll see you on the next one. I feel like have you not built this yet?
Shrufus Sproutsire?
Yeah.
I've not built it in casual yet, no.
Good. Okay.
He's not my casual cup of tea, but I think he's funny.
All right. Hey, just say, can you guys just in the chat say either Dionys or Shrufus, and this will let us know what we build next, just really quick before you.
We can put it on the community thing.
Yeah, actually, I haven't built up a community.
Also, really quick, Patrick, how many legs does Shrufus have?
God, so many. I'm telling you.
He has 6. He has 6.
The AI art is out of control. Wait, is it? Yeah.
Well, it's 6 with like 2 arms, like one for one group of kids, the other for the other group of kids.
Oh yeah, he's holding the other ones up. I thought those were in the background, but those are very much on his palm. Shrufus looks cute as fuck. Come on.
His laughter and everything else about him was infectious.
I'm sorry. Let's be precise. Shrufus would be casual. I think Dionys would try to take CDH, or it would be high powered for sure, but maybe not CDH.
So it's a CDH Dionys or casual Shrufus.
Casual Shroof, babies. Casual Shroof. My wife is at Chili's, and they ordered too much food. Then I'm jealous.
That's a good problem to have.
Dude, I have not eaten anything. Why does Shrufus have feet, though? Don't worry about that.
Why do anybody have feet? What is evolution?
Yeah. But because, exactly, the sapperling... Don't all sapperlings have feet? Wait.
Not a lot of them are just like freaking weird slug things.
Yeah, what do sapperlings crawl upon?
Some have like vine legs, some have like freaking spider legs made of